And welcome to the Computer Game Show. My name's David Turner, and I'm here with Sean Bell.
Hello.
Matt Murray.
You're right.
And no James Farley again this week. I don't know if you were aware, but James Farley can't fucking bother turning up anymore. So we've got another amazing guest for you this week. A returning guest. It's Imogen Mellor. Hello, Imogen. How are you doing?
Hello, I was going to do a bit where I said it's James Farley, but then that didn't happen, so I didn't get the opportunity to do my first big joke.
Dave doesn't like it when other people do jokes.
I was going to do a big joke.
Cuts
them off.
It was going to be really funny and everyone's going to laugh loads, but hi, I was here 3 years ago, and now I'm back and I'm a totally different person.
You're welcome. This is what the show can do to people. We've had so much success off of this. One of the guys that we had on went on to become an in-betweener. That was amazing. Another guy who we had on a while ago went on to record a show called The 11 O'Clock Show with Ricky Gervais and the Ali G fella. We've had a lot of success off the back. Last week's guest ended up on Pointless. And that's all because of the Inel Tomlinson.
I was going to say, is it Inel?
Yeah, he went on to big things after coming on this show. So you're welcome.
Yeah.
It's what we like to do to people. We like to bring them into the limelight and make a success out of them. So
the thing is that
don't sound convinced.
Well, no. Inel came on my show the other day. I say my show, Chaos Servants. And Inel just talks shit about the other guests that have been on. Like, he was just starting fights. That is a spoiler for anyone that watches. So I don't know if he knew that I was going to be on this and talk shit about me. You have to tell me if he did.
We did. We mentioned at the end of last week that you were going to be on. Yeah.
And he didn't say he was going to fight me. I saw him at the
No,
weekend.
he said nice things.
He did.
But thank God, for a moment then, I thought you were going to say he was on my show yesterday and he spent the whole time talking shit about you guys.
Yeah.
And I was like, the other guest, that's fine, as long as it's not laying into us.
No, he was talking shit about Lucy James, which was very funny.
Who talks shit about? Who's got anything negative to say about Lucy James?
No, he was just like, I've gotten further in the game. She's
okay.
She's but
was I Neil picking the wrong brags? Is that what was going on?
he was just having a bit of a go, and I was like, this is actually hilarious. This is the funniest. This is the funniest eventuality. Lovely man, love him to bits. One of my ffavorites. Just
he's great.
What a
he
nice
won't
guy.
be allowed back on this show though because he was mean
It's
about
killing
Death
me.
Stranding too. So.
But Sean, worse than that, it's killing me. He comes on the show and all our listeners are like, he's brilliant. It's like, yeah, well, what about us, mate? We won the show as well last week. Not a single bit of feedback about how brilliant we were. It was really upsetting. I'm not having him back on. It's just, it ruins the feedback, in my opinion. It just ruins the feedback. So update us. What's happened in 3 years, Imogen? What's going on?
Oh, that's a big question. I was a games journalist. I'm no longer a games journalist. I quit that. I love doing games journalism, but I stopped doing that, and I now work in games marketing. So I do have to give a disclaimer that sometimes I'm talking about games that are like associated with what I do, and I am not biased whatsoever.
They're all brilliant. They're all amazing.
Brilliant. They're all brilliant all the time.
Something you're working on, and then we'll.
Yeah, I mean, I like the thing is that I really am just like a big nerd for a living. So continued. There's nothing else has changed. Also, I lift lots of weights now. That's a big part of my personality. I lift very heavy weights.
I've never been able to do that because of the lack of strength and that. I've never been able to lift weights.
Isn't that the whole point?
Yeah, but you lift them and then you get the strength.
So how do you get started, Sean? How do you get started lifting weights?
By lifting a really tiny weight. If you never read,
can't lift those ones,
you're not
mate.
familiar with
Can't
the
even lift
Fantastic
those.
Hercules, and now he lifts a cow by lifting a baby cow first, and then lifts it every day.
He started lifting by
It's
lifting Peppa Pig, then he got all the way up to
I can't even do the first ones, mate. So I've got no starting point.
Could you do Percy Pig? Percy Pigs?
No.
I could eat a Percy Pig. Fair enough.
Okay, well, that's
smash them in my mouth all day long. That's what I want to do with my life. Well, no, that's good. That's good with the weightlifting. I wish I could do it.
No, it genuinely was like I I'd spent years like working in games and kind of just not doing anything. And then I went, man, that was really difficult to put a pair of tights on. I shouldn't feel like that. So that was my moment of like, I should probably do something. And now like that's a big thing. So I stream less because of it, just because like I had to trade something off with it. But I am doing content again. I'm going to Gamescom tomorrow for work. Living life.
Have you been before or?
I went last year.
Okay.
What a shock it was. Like,
In what way?
I just there is a bear with me.
Like, there's about 18 stories running through your mind at the moment. You don't want to tell them.
I'm excited to hear these.
like bear with me while I go on a tangent. It is relevant. So I was in Italy a year previously, and I was bopping about churches. That's what you do when you're in Italy. You bop about churches.
Can't move.
And I grew up Catholic, so I go into these churches to like just have a look, and I felt this weird impendingness within these buildings. They like loom over you in such a monumental way that you feel physically intimidated. And I mentioned this to my brother, and he went, "Oh, that's a miracle." And I went, "Huh?" He goes, "Yeah." So like within the church, that's considered a miracle. It's considered the presence of God. That's the like point, right?
What?
So I'm. Hey, don't ask me. I'm not the church.
But I get that with Canary Wolf.
Well, no. So like with the shard, all of that like feeling that is like for a long time, the only buildings that were big enough to do that were like churches or religious buildings.
Right.
The only other time I have felt like that was when there was the giant fuck off cat on the Inzoi booth at Gamescom. There was this massive cat, and I felt the same fear that I felt being in like churches. So yeah, that's the size of these halls, the level of commitment to make these things like gorgeous, incredible bits that are only going to be there. They only exist for a week at most. It is incredible. It's like it's really impressive.
The others know that I have a problem with scale, and I used to get it on Forza Horizon.
Which is good because you make buildings for a living.
Yeah, I don't make them. I draw them on little computers.
Yeah, but
I just can't go to site and look at them because they scare the shit out of me, Sean. They fucking scare the shit out of me.
He makes them, Sean. They're just tiny, but he does make them.
Just all that Lego models, because there you go.
Yeah.
And then I run away before they start building it with my hand over my ears. The particular episode the level in Forza Horizon where that big airship comes over and you just see like the shadow first makes me feel sick every time. So I know exactly what you're talking about. It's horrible. It is horrible.
The thing is that I've never had it in anything like anything before. The way you're describing it sounds like this is an actual problem.
Every day, every single day.
You can't look at big things.
No, anything on them. The number of jokes entered into my head. Yeah. Should we start with the Patreon producers for this month? Yeah. They are Aaron Patrick, the QuickBooks chap, Simon Nelson, Moomin Biscuit, Trans Rights to Human Rights, Dave Ernsberger, Colin Brown, Gasman, Rocketman76, Smooth Monkey, John Tempelli, Jackie Sniper, Sam Higton, Thomas, Stan, Philip with an F, Cutty, Steve Lee, Jack Oven, Grey Dragon Claw, Colin the Car Wanker Smith, Lee Keybottom, My Dog Skip, Dean, Evil Mammal, Don Whiskerando, and Sir Resna of the Savage North. They went full Nels. Thank you so much for supporting us at patreon.com/TCGS. If you like what you do and you'd like to support the show, keep it ad-free.
Like what we do.
No
like
one's offering sponsorship.
If you like what you do, then... David,
we're just going to be rude to each other today, are we, Matt? That's what the show's going to be, is it?
Just keeping it snappy. Keeping it snappy.
If you like what we do,
there you go.
then please go to patreon.com/TCGS and sign up to any of the number of tiers there There are loads of tiers if you want bonus shows, if you want video shows, if you would like to go full Nels, patreon.com/TCGS. If you don't, we'll fucking stop. We'll stop doing it and it'll be your fault. Also, that was a joke to the person that sent in the feedback saying, well, why does David get all angry if we don't sign up? That was a joke. We will not stop. We might stop. It depends how much money we're getting in. We've got another couple of things to plug before we move on. The Tatton Park Run. It's still happening, is it? You've not pulled out, Matt? Sure.
Not yet.
No, not yet.
Okay. Still plenty of
Still
time.
running
to play
right
now.
now. That's really impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are. You can see their little legs.
Yeah, I got the notification from Just Giving, being like, hey, it's less than a month away, and then I had to go and be sick.
Be sick.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. I'll just walk it if I have to.
That's the
They
spirit.
can't stop you. They have to- they still have to give you
There
the
will be lots of
certificate.
walking, so yeah. Do not worry about that one.
If they do stop, it'll take even longer, won't they? Just standing there.
Well, yeah,
for
of
a
course
bit.
it'll take longer, but I won't, die. So
Okay.
swings
Well,
around us, really.
all right. Yeah. No.
Fair trade,
How much
I'd
have
say.
you
But-
made? How much?
Yeah, so
how
we're
much are you
raising
earning?
Raising money for special effects. We are currently at £1,146 quiz, which I'm absolutely thrilled about. Thank you so much to everyone who's still donating. I honestly thought we'd get to 1,000, everyone would be like, "Oh, well, we've done it now." So
It's
just
over.
leave it.
Yeah, I think just one final push. I reckon we get to 10 grand. That's
10K,
kind of
yeah,
that's
easy.
the goal. Just
a pound.
a little
per
tiny push now from
kilometre.
just 8.5.
Well, I'm still
Grand,
considering
grand.
it. I'm still thinking about whether I'm going to sponsor you guys.
What's it going to take? What is it going to take for you to sponsor me?
I told you.
Sean?
You give me £20, mate, and I will
And you'll
sponsor
do
you
40.
£20. No. That's not
really
the thing, is it?
doesn't really make sense.
Also, one final push for this. They're the last. I believe there's under 10 tickets now for Ian Lee's Imposter Syndrome, October the 5th in the stables in Milton Keynes. That's Ian Lee watching an old episode of the 11 o'clock show and then being interviewed by me. That's a good ticket. That's an excellent value ticket. Stables.org if you would like to come
Can I,
to
if I
watch us do a
get a
live show.
ticket, can I just show up for the Q&A?
Yeah.
No,
In fact, I'd
just here to see
prefer it.
Dave. I'm here to support
It
Dave.
makes me look better. Yeah, sure.
Funny.
Milton Keynes, October the 5th, the stables. Come and watch us live. Cool. Right. That's it for the plugging. Should we get to the feedback from last week's show? Because I bet everyone was banging on about I know. Oh, he's so bloody good.
Weirdly, no. There was
Well,
loads
good.
of stuff in.
They
loads of
all
stuff
hated
on-
him.
There's loads of stuff in the Discord and loads of stuff on Blue Sky and stuff, but in the actual feedback form, very
That
little
I have
for some
access to and can
Yeah.
delete
reason.
whatever
Yeah,
I
the
want
bit
from.
that I edit.
Interesting.
Nothing about. I know.
Funny that, isn't it?
Yeah, Farley on tour has messaged. I just wore my James Farley 90s Dream t-shirt on my trip to Menorca. I got asked twice, who is that man on your shirt? Both times I answered, oh, he's an old 90s comedian. Why did I do this? I mean, it's a great
easier than
answer.
explaining-
That explains so many t-shirts, I think, without a name on it. Why not?
Yeah. I suppose it's easier than explaining he's the co-host of a video games podcast, because then the t-shirt, because the t-shirt doesn't really make any sense, right? Unless you
That's true.
explain the entire context, which would take about 10 minutes. So, yeah, old 90s comedian. I think people will be like, oh, right, okay.
I can't imagine. I can't imagine what else you'd answer. Like, oh yeah, he was old school WWE wrestler. Like, you just need
He's been cancelled now. He's
cancelled.
Very sad.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's,
He-
it's
he had
the
to get on
third member
Twitter.
of Oasis. You don't know that one. You don't know that. You just know the brothers, you loser.
He's a Coldplay. You don't know. It's one of the members of
Yeah, no
Coldplay,
one
man.
knows who's in Coldplay apart from Chris Martin. So yeah, you get away with
So one of the ones you don't know.
it.
I have stopped wearing t-shirts with James Farley's face on because I do get that question a lot. Especially, we got his mugshot from his speeding ticket and put that on a t-shirt and sold it.
No,
Imogen.
it's an incredible picture, Imogen.
It is the greatest photo you will ever see in your life.
You've never
but
seen
we're
anything
gonna
like
have
it in your life.
We're gonna,
Sorry, a mugshot from a speeding ticket.
yeah, he lives in Germany and they do photos. Instead of taking a photo of the car and the number plate, they take a photo of the driver and put that on the speeding ticket.
And for
James
whatever
Farley
reason, he looks like he's kind of holding his fist up at the camera.
going,
He
yes!
didn't really explain that, did he? He didn't.
Nah, he didn't explain
That
it.
is excellent.
Yeah,
That's so funny.
I have been asked to stop wearing that t-shirt. because when I'm out and about and someone, oh, what's that t-shirt? It's a friend of mine, he got a speeding ticket. This is the photo on it. Joey's like, I don't want to be around you when you're wearing that t-shirt. It's awful. So I feel the pain, Farley, on tour. I feel that pain. Next bit of feedback.
Steve P. I just wanted to thank you for recommending Anne Roger. I played through it yesterday and was left crying uncontrollably. My dad was diagnosed with Alzheimer's 2 years ago, and it's been so tough to see his decline. I met my partner when I was 39 and she was 41, and we had a wonderful son 3 years ago. So the fact that Alzheimer's also runs in our family has been on my mind a lot. All these thoughts have been in the background. Become so focused during the game it was almost overwhelming. The upside to this is that it gave clarity to the vague worries that have been hanging over me, and now I can focus on some specific ways to alleviate them. What a thing to be able to say about a game. Outside of all this, I just want to say thank you for being here for so long. As with a lot of your listeners, you have got me through some tough times, and yours is still the only pod I rush to every Wednesday morning. Love you all, from Steve P.
Oh,
Thanks, Steve P.
Thank you.
Yeah, that means a hell of a lot, doesn't it? And that game is absolutely wonderful. I highly recommend it. There is some sort of messed up side to me that also really likes it when someone's responded with "did nothing for me." It really makes me laugh, because it is an incredibly emotional game.
Yeah, you're almost glad for someone when it's like, oh well, I just wasn't affected by that, so I was probably good for you, I guess. I just
found it boring. It really makes me chuckle when I see that. But what a game! Have you played that, Imogen?
No, I don't know anything about it, actually.
We've ruined it for you already.
To be fair, yeah, I mean, I maybe should have closed my ears, but to be fair, my grandfather had Alzheimer's, so big topic for me, and I assume that it is a wonderful, wonderful game.
Yes. Yeah, it is. Yeah. I said last week I've family members that have gone through it, and those thoughts that Steve P puts out there is exactly the sort of thoughts that goes through your mind as well. You know what I mean? I'm glad you enjoyed it. It does feel awkward when you say, "I'm so thank you so much for this recommendation. I cried uncontrollably," and it's like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Maybe we should have spoiled it for you, but okay.
Martin Luther Ping. That's Martin Luther Ping has messaged. I had a dream. Me and Matt Murray were hanging out in a non-specific town centre, and we went into a cash converters. They had 4 bright red Sony Walkman for sale. I bought the shiniest one for £20. Outside the shop, I pressed play, and a tape inside had an episode of TCGS on it. I excitedly told Matt, who showed complete indifference to it. Please can Matt be more appreciative of my finds and attending my dreams in future. I'm so sorry, Martin Luther Ping.
What I love about that is that the most fantastical element of that dream is the idea of getting a Sony Walkman for 20 quid in this day and age. Have you seen how much they go for now?
No, but I know you have.
Yeah, because I've looked into it. They're like 150 quid plus.
Yeah,
it's fucking mad.
It's very part of the performative
mail. Yeah,
mail.
That's the new one. Yeah.
I don't think there's anything wrong with having a tape player. I think it's absolutely fine.
No,
we're against. All three of us are against it, mate. All three of us hate it, Sean.
Yeah.
I agree with you, Imogen.
The thing is that the performative man thing.
Yeah.
Walkmans,
tote bags.
Oh, a little book in your back pocket that's about feminism.
Yeah, I do.
Sean's got one of them. Have Sean also using front something like cute Co-Buzz instead of in Spotify? What is the browser you use, Sean? Flibble.
We don't have to get into that.
Whoa.
I think we absolutely do.
The web browser I use is called Florp.
So, Imogen, just to clarify, Sean uses the Florp browser. Yep. He uses QBuzz for music. QBuzz for music. And then what? And then Soundpeats for his headphone. No, the other ones. Cost Porter Pros.
Soundpeats for ages. Use Cost Porter Pros. Thank you.
Yeah.
Pairs 2 and 3.
How much corduroy do you own?
None, actually.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the next step.
He'll get some.
It's corduroy cool. I will buy some if it's...
I love
corduroy, though.
I do love a bit of corduroy.
Okay.
Are you looking for a new service? Another one, Sean? Maybe instead of RSS, there's...
No, RSS is the one,
Flibble. Yeah, I know it's kind of coming back. I mean, there's got to be another service where instead of using, the stuff everyone else uses, you're using.
I'll probably start
Libble-dobble.
sourcing my own utilities and stuff.
Yeah.
Use gas
Start
from
making
the-
your
from the
own
mains.
petrol to get
Yeah.
from A to
Yeah.
C.
I've been synthesizing my own fuel for the car.
I mean, I get all my news through both Reddit and Club Penguin. What more could you want?
Brilliant.
I just imagine Sean turning up at my house in his car and putting fucking junk in the roof like in Back to the Future 2. Should we go into the next bit of feedback?
Yes,
Sean?
major PDD. My first stream with David Turner's.
Two
If someone could tell me what the
dream
actual
messages in
fuck
one
this
week.
means, please. What's that?
I could
So
tell
we've
you.
got two dream messages in 1 week.
We're getting in people's heads, mate. That's
we
where
are.
we want to.
We really
That's
are.
where we want to advertise. That's my aim.
So, major PDD, yeah, if someone could tell me what the actual fuck this means, please do. So, the setup was weird. I think I was younger, but I also felt mid-30s, and I was in my bedroom, but not exactly, like bed, desk, computer setup. And then Mr. T turned up as Mr.
I assume he means Dave Turner's not.
Yeah.
Mr. T.
He means
the
yeah.
Baracus, yeah.
I mean,
Means
yeah,
me.
so
Don't take this
David-
away from me.
David turned up, and we were just chatting about the show, how it started, and I looked up, and suddenly you were that guy in Men in Black. The one in the gun shop that gets his head blown off. It made total sense at the time. Anyway, you didn't stay long, but then I wasn't sure if we'd actually said goodbye, so I jumped on my bike, not my car, my bike for some reason, and followed you up to the local Tesco Express. Except along the way, my brake cable snapped, and I had to somehow explain this was why I couldn't catch you faster, like it mattered. Eventually, I got to you, and I think your wife was there, and maybe a younger kid, and you were wearing this bowler hat and some sort of Joker-looking outfit, and you were shouting, "Step right up," like a carnival barker. And there was this stall, but there was actually a massive fruit machine, and all these kids started turning up to play it, trying to win what looked like collectible pogs or maybe cards. I don't know, but in the dream they seemed really important. And then I woke up because I needed a piss. As always, thanks for being awesome, all of you, and thanks for popping into La La Land, David. Next time, though, maybe don't make it quite so weird.
Sorry about that. You're very welcome.
What does that
I love
mean?
these because I'm just the entire time I'm just thinking you could have invented anything you wanted. And
That's not how dreams work.
No, I know. It's just fun.
Yeah, I
But
could have-
also, like, surely if your brake cable snaps, you get there quicker, not slower. Surely.
Yeah,
they
but,
might
you
be
also
scared.
get away from it quickly.
Oh,
you don't.
you just shoot
You
by.
don't stop. You just
Good
keep go,
point.
you
Yeah,
go through the
very good point.
destination.
Hadn't thought about the end of that. What? So, Imogen, how do you feel about the past two bits of feedback? Has that? Do you want to leave?
No.
Should I give you an opportunity to leave?
No, I'm thinking on them because I have weird dreams, but like I feel outdone. I feel like tonight I'm gonna have a really weird dream out of spite.
Yes.
And it's gonna have the actual Mr. T in it.
And then tell us next week, and yeah.
Yeah.
right.
In the feedback.
Yeah, it's
Imogen
going to
was
involve.
great.
It's going to involve Sony Walkman. It's going to involve Tesco Express, Mr. T, broken brakes, bowler hats.
Imogen, what a guest! I had a dream that she was in. Here's what happened.
It's very possible.
Not much,
It's-
actually. We just sort of sat down and chat for a bit, and then I woke up because I needed a piss. I wish every dream was explained as ending like that, because that is what happens, isn't it? That is how we wake up. Yeah.
That is it for feedback. Go to tcgs.co to leave your feedback whenever you want.
Sean, I don't know if you're as excited as I am about this.
It's
But-
new, isn't it?
This week, Matthew Murray's doing the news, and I can't wait to see
Yeah.
how this goes. But I will say, listeners, I have been totally screwed over on this. So James is out for 4 weeks. James is our newsman, and we decide. Well, Sean had a little moan. Let's just had a little moan. Fair
Didn't
enough.
have a moan. It was a polite
It was a little
request.
bit of a moan. You know, can we rotate who does the news? Right. So we agreed to it. And this
Right,
week,
just to be clear, so Imogen, basically, whenever someone's off, I cover them, right? So with James being off for a month, I said, would it be all right if we rotated the news? I don't think that's a moan. I think that's entirely
Mate.
fair.
you don't get the talent to read out the headlines. That is, it's
Or the
degrading
news,
to me.
or the news. That's or the news.
That's why Matt's doing it. I put out a message in our WhatsApp group this week and said, right, who should I do the news or do you want to do the news, Matt? And Matt really surprised me. Went, I'll do it. And I was like, okay, all right, you can do the news this week. And then you went, good, there won't be much this week because it's Gamescom next week. And I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake.
He got you.
Yeah.
He did get
He
you.
got me. He got me, and he knew what he was doing. And I mean, is this how you treat your friends, Matt? Is that what you want to do to your friends?
Can do. Yeah, can do. Yeah.
I mean, as a treat, I have a bit of news for the end. I will ask you all to guess something. And
Exclusive.
No, it was in a newsletter, so some of you may have read it today. But like
Okay.
a newsletter revealed something interesting today, and so I'll ask at the end a little game at the end.
Okay, nice.
Imogen's game.
where a bit of news will be revealed in a fun, individual way.
You
Wow.
have already
What a
put
hook.
more effort into this podcast than James Farley ever has. I appreciate that so much. Matt, let's get to the news.
Yeah,
What
so
have we
just
got?
on this, I have thought, okay, how can I make this interesting? All my plans I decided were too much and too extra. One of my plans originally was
Brilliant.
that I was going to, at this point, I was going to pretend I had an issue with my camera, and then I'll say, I'm so sorry, Imogen, everyone, we'll have to pause for a minute. And I was going to come back in a suit and with a news reporter green screen background. And I thought that's really much only for the viewers, not for listeners. And
Yeah,
also
that's
it's very
for
hot.
about 2% of our audience would
But
get to see that.
funny, right? Funny if you had, like a kind of.
Yeah.
Would be
I-
funny.
Well,
no,
you should have
fair
just said we should all react as if you had done that, so that the listeners
yeah,
are the only
yeah.
ones that would have got
For the
the.
podcast, it's theatre of the mind.
magic.
Mate. You can just say you
Yeah,
did it.
like, oh man, I've got to watch
Yeah.
the show. Oh no, wait. It's just, never
Oh,
mind.
Matt's in a suit. I can't.
Matt! Oh my goodness!
He looks like he's on the
Matt!
BBC.
Oh, I know, guys.
Background.
I didn't know you were furry. I didn't know you were going to come on in a fursuit.
Look,
This is like a big thing.
I just thought it was the right platform to tell everyone, Imogen, and when better to do it than during the news. Should we start the news?
Pop some trousers on and let's start the news.
Why would I start now? First bit of news, yeah. It hasn't been a strong week for news, I will say, because, yeah, as Dave said, all the news has been saved for this week, or for this week's Gamescom. But I'm going to start with the fact that Remedy are apparently unsatisfied with the porn launch sales of FPC Firebreak. Can't say I'm surprised, really.
Yeah.
Kind of came out, and I mean, I didn't really hear anyone talk about it, but no, it came out on
it was a
June.
huge shame because I think we were all I think we all knew it wasn't going to be necessarily massive. Like nothing Remedy does is right, but very cool in a very niche way. And I think their take on like a co-op multiplayer shooter. I was really excited to see what they did with it, and then for even like other people who were excited to be a bit like probably give this a miss, even considering it was on Game Pass and stuff, right? So
Yeah.
cost
So
you nothing
I
to
think
try it,
the issue kind of stems from the fact that so it came out on June 17th. It had 1 million players in its first 10 days, which is obviously a big number and sounds great, but didn't result in financial success because the majority of them were on Xbox Series X and X and PS5, and it was on PS Plus and Game Pass. So, it says here, on Steam, which was planned as a primary consumer sales platform on PC, launch underperformed. So they probably had like larger numbers than expected on console, smaller on PC, and ultimately none of that was really bringing in loads of revenue. The quote continues, the game's initial onboarding experience and mission structure resulted in early player drop-offs and an influx of negative reviews. As players spent more time in the game, we released updates improving the game. Sentiment in reviews turned more positive. Overall, Remedy says commercially we were unsatisfied with the launch phase of consumer sales of FPC Firebreak. Despite this, it believes it can turn around the game's fortunes over long term.
I hope so. And I'm glad they're sticking with it.
It frustrates the heck out of me that this happened to this game because I think that considering that I spent a lot of time in and around games, I did not see gameplay of this until it was out.
Right.
And like a big thing for me, especially because I don't know if I said I work in marketing now. I'm not a games journalist anymore. I work in marketing. I've been like doing a lot of standing on a little soapbox and shouting about how game devs aren't very good at showing what their game is supposed to be before it's too late. And I like the marketing team, I'm sure did what they could with whatever, resources they had. But this feels like a game that could have done so well if you put it into the hands of like some streamers who were like giggling about it, like a good group of like good friends who could make, who've been playing Peak together or had been playing like Repo. If you'd given it to a group of people that have been playing that and had like some success in clips, something like that could change the real trajectory.
If we were playing it, what you're saying is if TCGS was playing this, it would have made it a success. And I agree. I say that to all the. I email devs daily.
I'm going to email Mr. Remedy right now and say that's not what I said. I'm going to get ahead of that.
Big ram.
Okay, right.
Get ahead of the news.
You're denying it, yeah. I mean, I think, so they basically got a major update in September. But I think the timing of this is just, I think, what's kind of done for it, even though it's had 1 million on Xbox and PlayStation. I mean, releasing it in June, getting into the summer months, and then nothing over summer, that kind of makes sense. It's generally less popular, but then September's when the larger games start coming out again. So I think it's like a really tough time to say, hey, everyone, come back to Firebreak, when that's when other people's minds will be on other things. So it's a tough one. So on Steam it's got mixed reviews. 67% of them are considered positive, but it just clearly hasn't done enough.
It's also so hard to save something like this when you've had 1 million players and come in and then presumably not stick with it. It's easy to say no. We see this as a good start. It's really fucking hard to get those numbers again.
Yeah. Because is it a good start, or is that 1 million people that were put off?
Exactly. Yeah,
it's tough. I really hope they turn it around, because I see Remedy as this studio that somehow keep putting out really weird niche but big budget stuff that I think is really interesting. It always terrifies me when I hear that something of theirs hasn't done too well, and it's like, fuck, please don't let anyone go, or if anything happens to that studio, I'll be gutted.
It's also another small frustration is that you had almost the basis of success from Severance. Severance and this game almost aesthetically are very similar, and I feel like there's a lot that could have been taken advantage of to get people into this universe, or even into Control. I think that a revival of Control to before this launch would have maybe even helped numbers a bit. But if the reviews are mixed, then I assume that there was just stuff about the launch that just didn't satiate the free-for-all guns blazing.
I'm trying to remember that. I seem to recall the criticisms were look, even if you love this universe and everything, and you're fully on board, you will very quickly find yourself just doing the same shit over and over again. The objectives just weren't anywhere near varied enough, and apparently just got super boring really quickly. So
I should love this, a multiplayer shooter. I love Control. I love the vibe and the design of that game. But I also, if I think at one point I wouldn't necessarily want to play more, it's the combat. Out of all the bits of Control, the combat was the least interesting for me.
Yeah, but this is first person, right? This isn't direct.
It is, but I don't know. But the cool bits of Control, I think the bits that aren't really necessarily in this, all the weird, abilities and the cool design of that place. But who knows? I mean, they've
hopefully they'll get to turn it around, eh? Fingers
Yeah.
crossed.
Let's
I mean,
hope-
I've been
let's hope.
proven wrong before.
I think it also just been called Control Firebreak. I don't know why it was called
Yeah.
FBC.
Yeah.
You
FBC
totally
makes sense
avoid
if you're
any
already a
meaning
fan.
from the original acronym unless people are massive Control fans. And even then, Control came out several years ago, so people aren't going to remember that acronym off the top of their head.
How you said Control fans then and not Control freaks is beyond me. That seems like the one.
That's
to go
it.
to.
I'm leaving. This is the final straw.
Get out. You don't need to leave. We just put you off the call. Okay, next news story,
Nice.
Matt.
Next bit of news is we know Helldivers 2 is coming to Xbox. The latest trailer has teased at the end there's going to be a Halo crossover, and specifically
Didn't know
Halo
this.
ODST, which is cool. Yeah, so it's the trailers, the launch trailer came out the other day, and standard Helldivers trailer. But at the end, there's you hear some of the Halo music. You see what looks like a scene from ODST. So that's cool that they're doing. I mean,
It'd just be an armor set, right? Which is fine.
I feel
Oh,
like the way the trailer
kill
ends.
the mood, Sean.
I feel like the way the trailer. It's got to be more than that. The way the trailer ends, that feels like it's more than. It'll be like a level set in ODST or something. It can't just
but
be
how do you do that
an
in the
armor
world
set.
of Helldivers? It's not like
I don't know, but
just
I
have
feel
a
like-
level set somewhere.
I feel like it can't. If it's just armor, it's like wow. I don't know. I expect more from this, but maybe I'm wrong. But it's just cool that someone's doing something with Halo, even if it isn't.
Yeah,
Sorry,
that's true.
Sorry, like I blew out my mic then with the 4 I let out. Yeah, I think again. So I mean, I was PlayStation all the way, and even I felt like, man, I kind of wanted Infinite to be a bit more. Like even as someone who did not grow up with Halo, wanted more from Infinite, and I think there is more that Halo can give at any given
Definitely,
time.
yeah.
I still think they need to just scrap it and start again, like
and
not do that whole we're trying to redo.
It will totally be a reboot. It will totally be a reboot.
Yeah, but that's exactly what they shouldn't do, because
You
every
said start
fucking
again.
Halo. Yeah, but what I mean, Matt, is not start again and do the first one. They do that every fucking time. James, I know you're listening. You would be on my. I love it when you back me up. You rarely do it, but this is one of those occasions. Every time they release a Halo, they're like, "We're going back to Combat Evolved," and you go, "But we don't want that anymore."
Yeah.
That was really old.
Combat Evolved. Several versions of it, in fact.
I think they need to go slightly back, because I don't think people like necessarily open world stuff. I mean, I thought it had loads of potential, but they didn't really fill it with all the stuff that we needed. Like, we expected them to be adding new areas. Oh shit, there's a new area added to the open world, or this is open world.
They just didn't do
almost
any of
like
that shit,
like the huge player events that you have in like Destiny, where suddenly, oh shit, everyone's got to get to this part of the map, and you got to destroy this, and there was loads of potential, but they just didn't do that. So I think they will probably go back to a more a standard kind of linear single player experience, along with all the multiplayer stuff. I reckon that's where they'll go.
They made the announcement, what was it, last year, the year before, that they were changing to, what was it,
Unreal Engine 5.
Halo Studios or whatever.
that's right,
And they're working on the next Halo experience and that. I wonder what state that's in now after what Xbox has done over the past 6 months. I do wonder if we're going to see another Halo, and if we do, if Microsoft are going to be fully backing it.
I mean, if I recall correctly, quite soon after Infinite launch, there was a round of layoffs at 343 Industries.
Yeah, there was that. Yeah,
I don't remember how significant they were, but I think it was maybe like one of the first. Like, if we're talking about the round of layoffs or the layoff period that we're having, that might have been the first like round of layoffs that from a major studio that happened like in the last 3 years that heralded the end of this.
Yeah, it's fucking horrible. But I'm super excited for Helldivers 2 coming to Xbox, simply because it means that the group of friends that I play with will play it more. I'm a little bit disappointed that I can't bring my character over, but okay, whatever. Well, everything I've read, it's like nah. So I'm a little bit frustrated with that, but who cares? I'll just start again from the start. I fucking love Helldivers, so playing that again.
I've not played it yet.
It's really good.
I have it downloaded. I was supposed to play with my brother. I just didn't have time at the I'm just so happy that it's good. I know I will get to it.
Yeah, I mean, it's like it is like being in an action movie. No game has ever made me feel like I was in an action movie as much as Helldivers 2 does. And
not even Infamous Second Son.
Infamous Second Son.
Not even Infamous Second Son, apparently.
Fucking, I played through that game though.
I love that game.
I know,
it's
and
the
I
most
was
7 out of 10 game ever, but it is very action movie oriented. It's the first thing that came into my head.
The problem was I did enjoy it, but when the first Infamous come out, so did Prototype, and I was a Prototype guy. There's not many of us. There is not many of us, but I was one of them. Just me and you, Sean, isn't it? Do we shut the fan club down? That's the question. Do we close that down? No,
another £70 every day.
Yeah. It is just me putting in different names to boost our figures, though, Sean. No one likes Prototype but us. But okay, right. Shall we get to the next bit of news, Matthew?
The animal rights group PETA was it PETA?
PETA.
Okay. PETA has called for Nintendo to remove Cal's cruel nose ring from Mario Kart World.
No, what is the well coming to, eh?
In a statement,
fucking
PETA said no real-world Cal would sport Cal's goofy grin if they were forced to wear a ring, a tool of cruelty that causes lasting pain and discomfort. Yes, PETA wrote to the Nintendo president earlier this week to explain that nose rings are forcibly pierced through one of the most sensitive parts of a cow's body, often used to drag or control cows or bulls to their deaths. We know Mario Kart World is a game, and that's exactly why Cal's nose ring needs to go. The organisation said Mario Kart is supposed to be a fun escape, not a reminder of the painful tools used on cows in the meat and dairy industries, and no one wants to think about animal suffering while zipping around a racetrack.
I mean, I actually fucking love this, and I hope Nintendo do. I hope Nintendo take it away.
Yeah.
Like I was looking at it today. And obviously, if it's a symbol of, like, I wasn't aware of it. So firstly, that makes me aware of that it was associated with animals cruelty. Secondly, like, who gives a fuck if it's got a ring in its nose on Mario Kart? Just take it out. Like, and I also know that if they do that,
yes,
it's gonna piss off the right people.
All the censorship people of anime icons were like, well, no, because you've ruined the character now. The character ethos was through that ring.
Yeah.
I hate the game. I'm selling my Switch to. Fuck this game. Fuck Nintendo. You've ruined my game. My game. Oh, yeah.
If this cow has the cognitive abilities to be able to drive a car or a bike,
It should be able to make a choice.
That maybe it just got this piercing by
As
choice.
the only person on this show that has a septum piercing, and I do, it's just upside down in my nose right now, so you can't see it.
Right.
I chose to do that, and it was a big sign of being bisexual. I think the cow's just bisexual.
There you go.
It's not being led around. It's not being towed by the nose. It's it's riding a bike. It's fine. It got it done to express its sexuality. Let's just
Claire's accessories.
Well, now I'm confused. I'm just trying to understand the world. I'm finding it really hard to do that now.
Choose a side, David. Choose a fucking side. You ring in or ring out.
I can't.
Choose now.
I cannot. I don't know anymore. My fucking brains.
You buckled under the pressure so quick.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Now I'm even worse.
He's unable to make a decision.
Just stop fucking with me.
To be fair, my reaction to this is like I do not like PETA as an organization. Just because I think that they spend a lot of time doing this. Is that they're looking through video games and just trying to find a thing that they can make a corny statement on to make sure that video game outlets cover it. Even though they don't actually expect anything to happen, they have no real serious intention. But it does bring attention to some stuff like this, this. But you're not going to research it beyond that. You're just going to go, oh well, PETA says it's bad for the cows, so therefore,
So
people
I won't play.
don't look beyond that.
Cow's my favorite character as well. Now I feel
It is. It's a great character. Yeah. Like she's living life. She's
doing what she wants.
others out.
Yeah,
Nose ring in.
Yeah.
Really, she's
My
really
ring, my
going for it.
choice. Like she's allowed that. That's fine. Peter,
I don't necessarily agree that people won't look into it. I mean, I would certainly look into it. I had no idea that nose rings on cows was a sign of.
You thought it was fashion.
I thought, I thought it was fashion.
Oh wow, we've got an edgy cow over here. We've got a cool cow.
Yeah, I don't know. I sort of read this story and I was like, no, I kind of like that. They've made their point and it makes sense, and I don't understand why it has to have a nose ring.
I don't think it's sincere though, like Imogen says. I think they just latch onto this stuff because they know it gets some coverage, and they
don't actually expect this to happen. But they expect four people on a podcast on a Monday night talking about it to draw attention to the people that
Imogen, this is going to go global whilst talking about it. This will go straight to the very top.
Do you know what pisses me off? If they just wanted to talk about them, sign up to our Patreon, patreon.com/TCGS if you want to get onto the full members list there, Peter.
What's really good about this is that Imogen and Matt both work in marketing, and Imogen has seen through this, and Matt's like, what? No, this is not
right, okay.
I just didn't think about it like that. Well, Peter, previously against Animal Crossing New Horizons said it encouraged abusive behaviour towards fish and insects, tearing wildlife out of their homes and displaying them in cramped cases in a museum.
They like this is what they do. Like someone on the marketing team at PETA realized if they talk shit about Nintendo products or animals within video games, people, especially on Facebook, will go, "Look, they're just trying to ruin our video games." They're not. They really are not. They do not care. They're just trying to get you talking about PETA because very few people like it as an organization anymore because it killed a bunch of animals.
Mm-hmm.
I
think would be against the entire point, really. But yeah, they just cull loads of strays and stuff, don't they?
Yeah, and I don't even know what the PETA stands for anymore. Mm-hmm. I never knew. I just think it's called PETA.
I think I need to do a bit of research.
And the research
has a controversies section. Put it that way.
There's going to be research and come back next week with a septum piercing. That's the research.
Yeah. I gotta tell you, you will cry no matter what. Like even if it doesn't hurt, your eyes will just water a bit. So maybe the cows look sad. Maybe
because
actually hurt.
What would you do? I think. What if they added a piercing to each udder? That proves it's a lifestyle choice, isn't it?
Definitely bisexual.
So Nintendo doubling down. Like, okay, we won't take that. We're actually
more than doubling, mate. Do you know cows and udders? There's loads of them.
Oh, we got loads. 10,
I don't know. She's probably got some side hustles, lots of fun. She probably does pole on the weekends. That's what she does, for fun, for fitness. She does pole fitness on the weekends.
Yeah.
Right,
Just having a look at PETA's Wikipedia page, their controversy section is split up into 10 categories.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
I
was unaware.
Mini game time. Can we get some categories?
Okay.
Okay, on far more serious news, of course, leaked Call of Duty Black Ops 7 release date says there's going to be no Nintendo Switch 2 version.
Oh, what? But they promised.
Microsoft said Call of Duty will be out on other platforms, blah, 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 please let us buy Activision. Yeah, but according to this leaked release date, nothing for Switch 2. It will be available.
It's never been out on Switch games, has it? Switch games?
No, but
fucking hell, I'm getting old.
Didn't they say with the whole Activision Blizzard purchase, they were like, we'll even commit to putting Call of Duty on the Nintendo Switch, if you can believe it. And
did they?
Yeah.
I'm sure they did, yeah.
Right, let's
and we
be
were like,
very
well,
sure
be a cloud
about
version.
Because we're wrapping ourselves up in a court case here, Sean, and I'm not comfortable. I got PETA wrong 5 minutes ago.
They'd made a deal for the PlayStation, right? I remember them making a deal for the PlayStation. I don't remember there being any conversation around Switch, but I think that was...
The chat is backing me up. I've got the chat on side. So.
They told Mr. High Court that?
Yep.
Hold on.
So this story says, basically that it's coming to PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One and Series, but not available on Switch at launch. And it was notably absent during Summer Game Fest, which runs counter to Microsoft's 10-year promise to launch Call of Duty on Nintendo platforms on the same day as Xbox with full feature and content parity. Yeah. And this sounds like it isn't the case, at least thus far. This is just according to a leaker. So, maybe will. But, a
leaker is a cool name, though. Like
a leaker.
Alika Johnson.
Bilbil Kun, so I think, is. Or Bilbil Kun.
Sorry?
Bilbil Kun? That's the name of the leaker, according to this.
Oh, Bilbil Kun. Oh, yeah.
Bilbil Kun, yeah.
So,
Right, can we bleep that?
I don't need to bleep
it. Perfection, it's fine.
To be fair, I put Call of Duty Switch to see if there was anything on it at the moment. There is Call of Warzone.
Better.
So someone has got the SEO there, but that is not a Call of Duty game.
Oh, Cal. I love that game. I'm a big Cal fan. I never expected this to be coming to Switch, and even if it did, I would not be playing it on Switch. So I'm not.
I did because I listened to the High Court ruling. Actually, David, I did expect it on Switch, and I was there ready day one because Microsoft promised.
Yeah.
They promised us.
What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it, Matt?
Wait.
What am I going to play on the tube?
Yeah, I'm going to play Call of Warfare, whatever Imogen has said.
It looks more like Siege than it does Call of Duty. Actually, it looks more like Siege.
Okay, better.
Do you remember Game Loft?
Yeah.
They launched the Disney Dreamlight Valley.
But not the games that I was thinking about. I was thinking about Nova, which was just Halo, but on iPhones.
Yes.
What was the Call of Duty one called, Matt? Come on. Come on.
Isn't it Line of... No, it wasn't Line of Duty. That's the BBC drama.
Yeah.
Line of Warfare. It was like something like that, wasn't it?
It was like Line of Warfare. I need a list of their games. I'll find it. Someone in the chat will find it.
I remember there was a news story because there was some investor call where someone just... I mean, we all knew it by this point, but someone from Game Loft explicitly said, like, yeah, we're just seeing what's popular and just ripping it off. And it's like, oh, right, okay, at least they're just saying it, I guess. That's
The Shein of like gaming.
Modern Combat. That's what it was called. Modern Combat 2.
I mean, that's close enough.
But,
It was close enough.
Disney Dreamlight Valley's all right, isn't it? Like it's
Disney
I think
Dreamlight
it's done
Valley?
really well. Yeah.
I played it for like quite a while, but it was mindless.
How many hours?
I actually don't know. I would say probably like at least
1,000?
40 hours.
Cool.
40 hours minimum. But like I think
a
it
lot of
was
screen time.
in the situation where I'm in a Discord chatting to mates. My hands need to do something, and I've played too much
Oh,
Overwatch this week.
and they slipped. You know, I guess I want to Relight Valley again.
Hey,
Another 40 hours.
hey! Don't hate the player, hate the game.
I don't want to hate the game.
No, it sounds like a great game, actually.
Yeah, it's got Peter Pan in it. I ain't
but it
hating
was
that.
very much like it is made, but it's a mobile game that is somehow not a mobile game. It is like it's bigger and more expansive, but it does feel like you're playing a mobile game. Yeah.
I just remember because Isaac made me play a bit of it, and I remember
Did
the first time as a male, I was like, oh my god, there's no like you can have a male character, but there are no like male animations for it. So
Fucking hell! What's the fucking?
Yeah.
It was
Equality, guys. Am I right? Come on.
Like the reverse of
taking the
Assassin's
piss.
Come on.
That is so. If I was a games journalist, I'd be writing that story right now.
Yeah. That makes me sick, actually.
Yeah.
Think about us, can you?
Just missed it in the character creation thing. I was like, oh, whatever.
Speaking of Microsoft not keeping up with its promises, Black Ops 7 is also not going to be $80. Like they said that a bunch of their games moving forward will be $80. Much like Outer Worlds 2, again, the current leak or reliable insider said that Black Ops 7 will also not be 18, it'll be 70. I mean, this makes sense with Battlefield 6 coming out and that being confirmed as 70 quid, but it's just funny that Microsoft made this announcement saying, yeah, moving forward, games will 80 quid, $8, or $8 they would have said. And now already, this is the second one, we're like, actually maybe.
What are you going to do with that extra $10 in your pocket, COD fans? What are you going to do with it? Probably pizza.
Spend it on DLC, yeah.
Yeah, probably manage you, innit?
I'm so unsurprised, but also because Battlefield 6 is probably going to be good. I think there is a threat on the horizon that
the beta was good and massively popular as well. Like 521,000 said here played concurrently during the first or one of the open beta sessions. So Battlefield, loads of hunger for that to be good.
Yeah, people want
this makes sense.
Something that's not like I actually feel a bit bad. I don't feel bad for COD. It's one of the biggest games of all time. But, you know, I think that people get... they feel like it's monotonous even when it's not. Even when, like, they release a new game that may be good and interesting. People are like, oh, another COD? Just because they've been playing the same game their whole lives and they have so much nostalgia for Battlefield that they're going to be like, oh, I hope the Battlefield's good because I want to just be saying that I'm playing something that isn't Warzone, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
like
me, Imogen, I can't wait for the next one. I cannot wait for the next one. It's got another number on the end, and it means that my levels start from 0 again. So I am a big fan of that.
But it's funny, isn't it?
Excellent
Because
finger wagging.
Yeah,
Wow,
that's
you
when
are
I
really
get
good at it.
serious.
They do
You're
it
really
again.
good at it.
Do it one more. Oh, bloody hell.
Excellent.
Yeah,
My compliments to the chef. Wow.
It's a little bit like, you know, when you get a pencil at the end and wiggle it and it goes like wiggling.
Oh,
It's
that's my
like
favourite
but
thing to
live
do
with
as
a
a
finger.
child.
Yeah. Oh, right.
For the
Well, I still do it in
viewers.
your 40s, so...
I don't think it works the same in 30 frames a second on camera.
No.
Does it? Shame.
Always
Right.
exciting.
Just
Ruined.
having fun, Sean.
But we're not. The trick is ruined, Dave.
Ruined. There was no fun.
You can't.
But yeah,
magic doesn't go through lenses. I guess
That's what the listeners
Favourite
say.
game.
If you ever thought you'd seen magic on TV, you didn't. All right, that was.
Oh, Copperfield going, hold on a minute.
But like, think about this story. Like, I was like, what game is possibly the 80? Like, they wouldn't. Well, they're not going to do it for the biggest game, which is going to be COD, for maybe the reasons because of batters, or they think it's just not worth pissing everyone off. They're not doing it for Outer Worlds 2, which is.
It's got a long tail on it, right? Because
Yeah.
I remember a few years ago, I think it was Chris String was saying back on the GI.biz podcast, he was saying like the number of people buying Call of Duty every year or whatever hasn't actually gone up for ages, but the amount they each spend on more stuff further down the line
is going up.
So, yeah.
So I just don't know what kind of game they will actually be charging at. They probably won't do it at all, which is yet another kind of faux pas on Microsoft's.
The theory is, I say theory, the rumor is that GTA is going to be the first $100 game, right? Like that's if that does happen, if that's the first $100 game in that format where it's not like it's just the base game, I think that will allow people to start moving. I think it's like everyone's got guns pointed at each other and they're waiting for someone to do it and to take the heat, and then they can. But they thought that someone else would get there before them, and then they kind of chickened out because they realized that the backlash of the extra $10 you get is not worth the number of players you're probably going to lose by like hitting $80 first.
God, I hope that GTA isn't a $100 game. It'd just be so depressing to me.
It is going to be, apparently, and I do believe this, the most profitable game of all time. And it will be the biggest seller of all time. And I would not be surprised if it is $100 on launch.
How many games I'm going to have to take into CEX? It makes me feel... I mean, like, all of them
40.
that I've got.
Entire collection.
40? Fucking hell. You know, let's... More than that, Matt, because you get so...
Yeah.
Little from CX.
Okay, we're going to end with. I've saved the big one to the end, of course. Shenmue 3 Enhanced is coming to PS5, Xbox Series, Nintendo, and PC. They are doing it. Shenmue 3 will not die. Why? Here's why, David. Enhanced graphics and performance, 4K textures, DLSS, and increased NPCs, classic camera mode, gameplay tweaks. It's got it all.
Increased NPCs. Sorry, what does that mean? You just said the word increased NPCs without it being...
The density of those.
They're like the cat in the Gamescom.
Just one massive NPC.
They're increasing at all times, growing larger as you play.
The density of those will be increased, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, huge news
I'd love it if in the
fans.
list of these things it said like 4K textures uplift, increase NPC density, classic camera mode, we finished the story, gameplay tweaks.
It's a real game now.
Have you played any of the Shenmue games, Imogen?
No.
Have you played them?
Who do you
Would you
think
like to?
I am?
Well,
who do you think I am?
Now's the time.
Am I right in thinking you're too young to have any nostalgia for them?
I am 27, so it was not something that existed when I was playing.
You're just here to make me feel old and stupid now, aren't you?
Sorry. No, I mean, I think the thing is that like, I was never gonna play it, even when like Shenmue 3 came out, and I remember there being like a lot of excitement for it. I was never going to play it because all of the people who were really excited for it were going to take all of the copies that any review like outlet had. Also, I don't want to make you feel older, but like
But here we go.
My first like job when I was at PC Games End, someone said like horse armor, and I went, "What do you mean horse armor?"
You weren't there
I
for
had to have that
horse
explained
armor
to me.
because that was the first controversy we had in the video game industry.
The thing is that I do not recall a time where like monetary like additions weren't kind of standard.
Yeah.
So
they were good times.
Yeah.
They were good
used
times.
to it.
I love the fact that you said I'm 27 and Scientologists in our chat went, too young. That was it. That's the only comment we had.
Just not allowed. Get older, for God's
Just
sake.
real
Sorry.
anger and bitterness.
I'm 28 next month, if that helps.
Okay.
Too young. Still too young.
Yeah, so 27 to 28, okay.
It's only going to get worse, Dave. I'm talking about Earthworm Jim 2 in a bit.
Oh God! And
Bloody
basically, Shenmue was a game that came out, and people that had a system that wasn't successful used it as a way of saying, "No, look, it's really good," and it wasn't, was it?
It was at the time. It was incredible.
That's what they all said, Matt.
And
That's what they all said.
It was different, interesting.
You could
Full reactive eyes
Go
entertainment, right?
into his
Full.
bedroom and open the drawer and pick things up and look at them from different angles and then put them back again and close the drawer.
There was a whole like watch mechanic, was there? Am I
Yes,
insane?
You had to wait for the boss.
Yeah. You have to wait for the
Oh
bus.
yeah, so I saw that gameplay. That's
So
and I've
in-
seen
gameplay
how
is the
cute
word
it
for
looks.
it,
It
yeah,
looks
yeah.
very cute.
in lockdown, I streamed all 3 of these games actually. The Shenmue 1, Shenmue 2, which was not very good, and Shenmue 3. Holy shit! They should have just left it where it was because that third game was not very good. I think James finished it and said
Yeah,
it was
he did, yeah.
absolutely appalling.
Yeah, and still
And
doesn't
he's
really
the biggest
finish the
Shenmue fan
story.
ever.
I feel like the other thing with Shenmue 3 is I feel like it's the poster child for why you like back when E3 was a thing, right? And I remember the conference where they announced Shenmue 3 was on at like 2 a.m.
Yeah, that was an incredible one, though, to be fair.
Well, and
That
then
was a good year.
I was like, I'm not staying up for it. It's stupid. I can't be bothered. And then I woke up to everyone being like, holy shit, Shenmue 3. I'm like, fuck, this is why you should always stay up for the 2 a.m. conferences or whatever. And now I'm like, no, it's the reason you shouldn't bother because the game that everyone's going to go nuts about could still be really shit. And it's and just come to
you were
nothing.
right.
Like,
No, I remember that one particular Sony conference was incredible. I think it had loads of great hits. But
think,
when
yeah,
I
I
said
think there's a few things.
when it said this was Kickstarter, I'm like, oh, hang on, alarm bells. But
wasn't there a Last Guardian announcement as well or something?
Yeah, Last Guardian and Final Fantasy
like that
7.
either. Yeah.
Final Fantasy 7 remake as well.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. So
I,
that's why people go
I
nuts.
feel lightly insulted that in chat someone asked if I remember what an E3 was, but I do have to admit the last proper E3 was a month before I joined the industry. Like there was
Right,
the one
okay.
like post lockdown, but like it was not the E3 that we know.
Yeah,
So I never got the opportunity to go, and I am bitter about it every day.
yeah,
Every day. That was what I was. That's why I joined the industry. I wanted to go to one of those.
hell yeah.
I wanted to go to one of those and say on a podcast, actually, it's really hard work and moan about it because that's
yeah.
what everyone fucking did and it really wound me up. I was like, just enjoy it.
Guys,
You're living
sorry.
the dream.
I'm going to Gamescom tomorrow, and it's just going to be really hard work.
Yeah.
Like if I should have done the podcast after I.
Don't worry,
Freaking
Matt
back.
did that. He joined the industry for about 5 minutes and moaned about going to one of these things, didn't you, Matt? Remember
no, I
that?
did that.
Remember that? The one in Brighton. Oh,
Develop, yeah.
Develop.
yeah, you were. Oh,
No, I
man,
did
was
love it, but it was a busy week.
Every
fair.
night, award ceremonies.
Oh yeah, and the awards, the parties. It's a lot to you understand
Yeah,
all day.
sounds
It develop. Brighton was very hot at the time. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, there was the free ice cream truck from Hangar 13. You had
Yeah,
to
that
go
was
to
yeah,
that, and-
yeah. Oh, good times.
Shall I do my secret end of end
God,
of
yeah,
Yes,
news?
please.
Let's do it. Let's bring it home.
A co-host bringing the
game-
features is incredible.
Well, a game was revealed to be the best or the number one new game of 2025 in Europe. What game was it?
Yeah, I know this answer.
Sorry, say that again. The
Matt
game that
reads
was.
the emails.
There is a number one new game of 2025 in Europe. Like, what game sold the best in Europe across PC and
Okay,
consoles
sales.
so far in 2025? I
Wow.
was
Okay.
lightly surprised, but actually not that surprised at all.
Oh God, that's
That's
really.
why. That's
gonna
why I
do
thought
me.
you may have
yeah,
known.
if we're including
Yeah,
all of Europe,
I
it's
read
going to be
this.
something to
Yeah.
us sounds really niche and weird, but is actually secretly massive, right?
What, like Balatro?
No,
Balatro is
it's
not
not Balatro.
secretly
It's pretty
It'd be
secret.
like a hunting simulator or a strategy game or something.
No, it's like it is one of the games you know of from this year, but it's
Okay.
actually.
It came out this year.
it
It was
came out this
released
year.
this year.
I think that there was a big argument of whether to it was going to be a success though.
Kingdom
Yeah.
Come Deliverance 2?
No, too niche actually. Well, we know what that is, but the majority of people in the world would not.
I know,
not,
yeah, I've said that to people. I'm playing Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. People just walk off before I finish the title.
It's not Claire
God.
Obscure, is it?
No.
Not close. No.
That's even more
Um,
niche, isn't it?
Shall I?
Yeah, go on.
I
put that
kind
on.
of want-
It's AC Shadows.
Oh wow, okay.
Oh, of course it is. What? Of course it fucking is.
But I find this particularly interesting as a point of conversation because there was such and like again actually quickly talking about it, I like Ubisoft is a company that I work with. The amount of like naysaying that that came out before the game launched. I always find it so interesting to remind people that even though all the conversation online that we see about games is happening online, no one cares. We are the 20% of people that are interested in video games in terms of like an actual like as a hobby, not as just a pastime.
Yeah.
And the people who are interested in gaming as a pastime are there are swathes of people that will have never have heard that like there was anything controversial about this game before it came out, and it's always a good reminder that that's the case, you know.
Yeah, it's like when they say about how 90% of gamers or 80% of gamers don't change the graphics settings because it's not many people give a shit between 60 and 30 frames, and it's only. But in our world, it's the most important thing.
Yeah, like I always remind people because people are like, man, Claire Obscure is gonna win like this voted thing. I'm like, probably not actually. I mean, like it may do. Claire Obscure may win like loads of awards. It probably will because people love it so much. But like, if you told enough people that there was a voting system, like anyone who was interested in all games, then things like AC and Battlefield would win across the board just because the number of people like are just it's just such a different ball game.
We do get a lot of shit for not talking about Assassin's Creed enough.
None of us really into it.
I think they've given up at this point, haven't they? No one's had
every year, every time it gets to Game of the Year show, we always get enough people going, well, what about? And I'm like, all right, we played it.
To be fair, I like Shadows, and that's someone who's like played. I think I've played every single one of them. Not finished every single one of them, but I have played every single AC.
So I thought you were going to mention the other stat I saw probably in the same newsletter that Peak, which Sean, Lindy and I streamed it. That's about to hit 10 million like sales this week. And last week it sold 1.8 million copies last week.
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
That's
such a nice story because I know, like, obviously that was a collaboration between Landfall and Aggro Crab, and like Landfall have had big hits before. But I don't think Aggro Crab have, certainly not like this. So it's like, oh, that's them, like, finance for the next 5 years.
To hit 10 million. I mean, 1.8 million a week is bonkers. I mean, like Repo, another big indie hit, that's hit 16.8 million. So you know games are big and lots of people talk about them, but to actually see it in numbers, like 1.8 million copies a week, that is crazy.
I just think it's, like, I've spoken, so I did a talk at Develop this year, and I did a workshop with a studio where I spoke a lot about Repo and Peak. And they just like, even though they're very different games in terms of play, they're exactly the same game in terms of marketing. Yeah, they're so similar, and they're actually like really good at what they do because they just say, look, here is proximity chat, your mates are here, there's a bit of a threat, and you can send your mate into the threat if you like, if you're feeling a bit cheeky. And that's it. That's all you need. And you will have a hit game. If you can like make a game that does that, that's kind of why Firebreak is a bit frustrating to me. Like, had it like amped up the chaos where you could like screw with friends a bit, or like shown off something like that, or proximity chat, I think there would have been a very different game. I think there are like things you can do to make your games that are multiplayer so much more accessible to an online audience these days.
Do you think House are slightly worried about the success of that game? Because Big Walk, I mean, we'd seen it before Peak, I think.
I don't think worried. I think they'd be like, okay, there are people who want these kinds of, friend slop that we just mentioned last week.
Yeah,
like,
but it's funny.
They want them kinds of games now. It shows there's the audience.
It looks so different, but at the same time, it looks so similar. Do you know what I mean? That must be a little bit frustrating.
It's really interesting. I think Big Walk feels like a step back in some way. Yeah, like in terms of like, it feels less than Peak. I don't know. It feels lovely.
Really? But
that's it.
I thought the opposite. I thought that Big Walk looked like more of a comprehensive game than Peak. But then I haven't really played Peak, but all I've seen of it is people climbing. Whereas I look at all the sort of puzzles in Big Walk, and I'm just thinking, fucking hell, that is right up my street.
I think there's more variation in Big Walk. I think,
Right.
I think it's collaboration versus like. I think that the point of Peak is to struggle through it. Big Walk is to enjoy it. It's a walk. Peak is like a rock face, whereas Big Walk is like horizontal. It's like the same, like you're trying to get from A to B, but the thing is that Big Walk will do, I want to say, 5% as well as Peak in my estimation.
Wow.
Because Well, like that's me like guesstimating, but I do think that's probably likely on the basis that one, you need mates to do it, and also if there are puzzles in this, there's no replayability.
Once you work them out, yeah.
You can't play with a new friendship group. You've just got to play it with one friendship group, and then that's it. And if you see it on TikTok, you see a puzzle being solved, and then you know how that puzzle's solved, and that's a bit of the game done for you.
Yeah.
You know.
Whereas the games like Lethal Company and Content Warning and those things, that's about replayability and anything goes, and it's more about giving you a sandbox and going for it. Whereas maybe Big Walk's a bit more prescribed. I don't know, but I think it just shows that there is like a huge appetite for these kinds of things, and it's fun to see. We're only kind of restuck. I get maybe this genre has been around for a while, but was never referred to as that. But certainly since things like Content Warning and Lethal Company, it's like on a whole new level.
Yeah, I think Big Walk will do very well. I think it will do a great job. It will have an audience, but the numbers on a flat piece of paper comparatively will just not it will seem like Peak was the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Also, it's like lightning in a bottle. Like you can build all the parts, but unless the right influencers get involved, the right kind of TikToks pop off and go viral, it's that may happen for Big Walk. It may not, and in the way games like Lethal Company and Big Walk, those kinds of games have. So
yeah,
cool.
Who knows?
All right, shall we get to what we've been playing this week? I would like to start with Imogen, actually, because you've got a bunch of games that we haven't spoken about.
Like Assassin's Creed Shadows.
that won't sell. That won't sell.
Let's get into it, because we on the show, we've never been a big fan of Assassin's Creed. Although to be fair, it's not been a game that we've played much of. Rather than actively saying it's crap, we're not interested.
No, there's never that. It's just we're not interested enough to even buy it.
Which is so interesting, because it's such a legacy game that it feels like to have several people not have any history
we've
with it
all
is
managed to
actually
escape
rare.
it.
At least one of us would be
Yeah.
a fan.
Yeah, you're right, and that's all the hate mail we get. That's what they will say as well. You found the 4 people that don't play this game. What is the matter with you? So you've always been a big fan, then, right? So were you concerned about Assassin's Creed Shadows prior to coming out?
No. So there is before RPG and post RPG, like Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed is split into kind of 2 variations of what it means to be an Assassin's Creed game. I loved the original version of what Assassin's Creed was. I was a big fan. I think 3 was my first one. Then I went back and played 1, 2, the other 2 part of the series, and then I moved on to 4, 5, and carried on as they came out. So I've always played them. I've liked them a varying amount. Shadows, I knew was going to be successful for me because it was Shinobi. You get to be a proper ninja.
It feels like the series has been sort of waiting to pull the trigger on that for a long time, right? It was.
Yeah, I mean that's the setting that was always going to be exceptional, and the last few games has been really focused on let's make a character where you can run in and we're done with the stealth for a bit. Let's give you a big weapon and a big character, and that was Eivor. That was kind of. That was Cassandra and Alexios. All of these characters were much more physically built people that were just kind of going to war. Naue is tiny. And then you have Yasuke, who, it's much more fun to now play these characters side by side, because you play Naue for a good period of the game before Yasuke joins in. And then when you get to play Yasuke, it's ha 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 ha. This was a massive man with a big stick, and he will end your life. And it was the first time that was a really good comparison point. The only time they've ever really tried to compare that before was Assassin's Creed Syndicate, where you had twins, but they actually didn't play that differently. This is the first time that you kind of have that dual approach where it really is different. And I have to say, I've not played a huge amount in terms of story. I am just bopping about killing people and finding fun ways of doing that. And that's all Assassin's Creed needs to be to me. And that's a lovely, it may not be the most inventive. The acting may be at times bad. I'm not there for that. I am not there for that. I'm there for, you've put me in Japan, and I feel as though I am like on an adventure and discovering things. And just yesterday, there was a moment I was like, there's a waterfall, and I was like, it'd be really great if there was something under the waterfall. And there was a crack in the, like, you could not see it. You had to walk up to it, and you got to like shimmy in, and you got rewarded for it. And I was like, man, it's been a really long time since I've been rewarded for looking under a waterfall in a video game, and it's just so nice that I get to do that and feel relatively good about myself for discovering it, you know.
Does it do anything different that might bring in people that are not fans of the series?
Yeah, like, and funny, is it more Soulsy, or was that just how it looked like when I was looking at it? Oh yes, the combat is a bit more refined, a bit tougher.
Yeah.
It's about breaking, their stances, is it, in certain aspects?
Yeah,
Sekiro.
I think one of the things is that like Naue is a small woman. She's not physically strong. She doesn't do a huge amount of damage. When I am like interrupted, I screw up some stealth and someone runs after me, I'm like, I need to get out of here. I cannot take on 3 of these guys right now, actually. Like, I couldn't do it without being like pitch perfect in my dodges and blocks. If I try to take these on, I die in 3 hits. It is very much more Souls in that, like, you've got to know when to exit. You got to know when to get out of here. It's a bit different with Yasuke because he is just like a massive man, but it means that you are not afforded that, like, the capability of climbing a wall and getting out of sight. You've just got to keep like moving forward and like rationing your health and seeing what you can survive through. So it's like, again, it is more Soulsy in terms of what Assassin's Creed has ever been. I would not compare it to a Souls, because I have started playing Dark Souls 3 for the first time recently, and that has beat my ass. Wow.
Really?
Oh my goodness, is the beginning of that so difficult. It's so much more difficult than I remember the original Dark Souls being.
There's like a proper skill check boss right at the start, basically, isn't there?
The first one, easy peasy. That boss was absolutely fine.
Well, I thought that was hard, but all right. No.
Sorry. That boss I killed in like 3 goes, and it was like pretty easy. Like, sorry, I've been told that boss was hard. I don't know why. I'm
They
finding
probably patched it. It's fine.
Yeah. It's a decade after. But yeah, that's
so many complaints about that boss.
That was a double whammy of you're shit, Sean, and old.
Sorry. No, I started playing Dark Souls 3. It's really difficult. That is not playing around, but it's very nostalgic for a game that I've never played before. I feel like I've played it before because I have played.
Yeah, totally.
Dark Souls.
Yeah, it totally goes for that Dark Souls 3, isn't it? It's like that's the one where it's kind of like, fuck it, we're just gonna do, it's just, we're just going to reference everything. We don't care. We're just going to reference every old game in the most blunt way we possibly can. Here's Onion Bro.
And it worked.
It completely destroys the lore, but fuck it, here's Onion Bro. And you're like, good, it's Onion Bro.
It was interesting because Dark Souls 2 got a bit of flack for like, they've reused some stuff and like not referenced it in necessarily a particularly interesting way. Whereas Dark Souls 3 was like, well, actually, let's just be way more explicit with it. And sort of works as a result. Like,
it does. It looks like a fan. It looks like it looks like a fan letter to its own series, and I love shit like that. How far into it are you, Imogen? Where are you up to?
So like, I did the first boss. I am in the city that they kind of like land you in immediately. I've gone in every direction and felt bad about myself. So I stopped playing, and then I was going to play like the next week, and then I got sick, so I haven't actually like been able to come back to it. But the first 3 hours, I feel really quite stuck in. I actually do not know the correct direction to go. Like, this is, in terms of Dark Souls, the original Dark Souls, there is quite a linear path, and if you do take a diversion, the diversion's quite short. It's not like a big thing. You kind of
you get smacked by like a skeleton with a massive hammer.
You get smacked by him, but then you realize he's really easy as long as you know he's not there. And then actually the thing that took you half an hour to do takes you 5 minutes any other time. Like, that's the way it feels. That's not the case with Dark Souls 3. I feel like I'm getting smacked no matter where I go. I'm getting I'm getting absolutely smacked, and I don't have much to show for it at the moment.
They dealt with that the best in Dark Souls 1. Like, you going off the beat, like going in the wrong direction, in quotation marks, going down the wrong way, was really signposted quite well in Dark Souls 1. And Elden Ring was a nightmare for that as well, because you come out of the first cave and go, oh, there's a dude on a horse, and the next second you were like, fuck this game forever.
No, I think that's intentional signaling from the game, isn't it? Like,
don't get out of the cave.
Run away a different direction. Yeah.
Just don't play the game.
I love that it does that to you. I'm not gonna lie, it's the biggest like fu in like a, here is this guy. You do not want to talk to him. Don't talk to him.
Yeah.
Don't look at him. Don't even look at him funny. And the thing is they do it twice. The first time you get is that. The second time is you go meet Margaret the Fell Omen, and he's much too hard if you go straight to the castle. So you've got to go back the way you came and then down Limgrave into like the kind of like other areas where then you come back. Like, I think one of the best performing articles I ever wrote for PC Gamer was beat these 7 other bosses before Margaret the Fell Omen, just because so many people like fell for the like. Like,
go
I
up
actually,
that path. Yeah.
I did not go to the castle first because I was like, that is a trap. I'm gonna.
Yeah,
I'll see you guys later. I'm just gonna go do something else for a bit.
The problem with Elden Ring is that I did that, and then there's a bit where isn't there like a really shit enemy in a bunch of rocks, and you hit it, and a bear falls from the sky on you and scares the fucking shit out of me, and that was horrible. That bit in the cliffs near the start. You walk over and there's like a few like you get those like shuffling enemies. Well, one of them you kill one and a bear drops from the sky on your head, and it nearly gave my heart attack.
So it's actually, I think, correct me if I'm wrong. Like someone will correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's an indication that some magic is going on. I think someone has like disguised the bear as a different thing. I think they've done it to Bok.
Almost definitely, yeah.
Bok is nearby. I think it's a sign that there's some magic going on. That some things are not quite what they seem. I think there are very few enemies that do that, but it was like someone has fucked with this bear, and you are just accidentally the person who like fixes the spell by hitting it.
And my least favorite thing about Elden Ring is the tarantula hands. That is not That is not what I want to do with my life ever. I was like, well, they're just hands. They're just hands. It's fine, David. You're a big boy. You're a big boy now. They're just hands. It's fine.
I cannot tell you. I cannot tell you genuinely. So I was working at PC Gamer when Elden Ring was on its way out, and so they did some preview sessions where they kind of blocked off certain bits of the map. It was like, there's a bit of me that does not still know the map as it is actually, because I imagine things connecting where they didn't. But basically, like, it was a slightly warped version of the map that finally came out. But one of the things was that like we got 2 codes into this preview. One of us, he started like really delving into like the first moments of the game to like try and find a path, to find out what you should do so that the guides would be really good. My job was to get as far away from the starting point as possible, basically, like to go to see what is out there, like what scoop could I manage to get from this preview that maybe someone else wouldn't be able to get. So I arrive at Carrier Manor. I walk in. Hands, preview ends.
Burst from the floor.
I get on the phone to like people at PC Gamer being like, there were these hands, and and they're like, Imogen, you sound insane. I'm like, no, they were like crueling. I don't know how to like. They do it. They like.
Free bar was it, Imogen?
And I'm like trying my best to like explain what it was that I could see. And there were very few games journalists at the time that had seen them also. And so it was like a support group of that was the most horrid enemy out of any of these games ever. Yeah. It's horrible.
Yeah, because isn't the first time you see that where it just looks like there's, 5 rocks, on the ground, and then it flips and makes you jump.
Yeah, like I was like, ooh, what a nice little
I can sit down.
Rocks.
Yeah, around the campfire. Lovely. No!
I don't play like that. I don't go for that. But you've been playing Elden Ring Nightreign, right? And this is the interesting one because we knew it was coming. It was being really hyped. It reviewed relatively well, I think. But the talk did not expand past the first week. For me, in my social circle of just Millwall players, and that's about it on my feeds at the moment. But so, what did I miss? The buzz after this had come out, or did it go really quiet after Elden Ring Nightreign was released?
I think it's totally understandable. I'm playing it really mostly because I'm playing with Luke Westaway on his channel, Normal Adult Luke, hashtag not sponsored. But we're playing it through in a series called Chaos Servants, which, if you know Dark Souls, that's a reference to one of the the things you can join in the first game, right? We spent ages trying to think of something, but Chaos Servants seemed pretty apt.
While I remember, Matt, can you cut out the hashtag not an ad thing, and Bill Imogen?
Yeah.
Send him invoice, please.
We don't know me saying that, so I guess
That's a lot of free airtime. Then we're not allowed to give that away.
Okay,
sorry.
Shit. I thought I got it in really.
You got to sneak in a bit better.
No,
Yeah.
I am wise to it.
Damn.
I don't know if you noticed, but I'm pretty intelligent.
I was writing down notes just of that nature. But Nightreign is like its own beast in that it does not play like the original game. It took Luke and I like as we are recording this today, episode 6 came out, and I think episode 6, like the episode we launched today, is the sign that we actually can play the game and we can play it well. Like it was, I say well as a loose term there, but like it takes hours and tries to like understand how to play it. And we were big Elden Ring players. I've spent over 100 hours in that game, and even I had to relearn how to play this version of it. It doesn't quite work.
So
I can
what's so
imagine
different
people being
about it?
turned off by that.
I genuinely don't know.
I assumed it would basically play like Elden Ring, but with multiplayer and.
No, I mean it does, but like the thing is that it's one big boss run. That's really the whole loop of this game. You cannot stand still for a moment. You cannot like it is that you have a boss at the end of it. You know what it's weak to. You are running through the map, making decisions as you go. Do we need more health? Do we need more talismans? Do we need a better weapon? Where can we get like an upgrade for the weapon? Like it's just like you have 25 minutes of preparation for the boss, and then you either there are bosses along the way in the main those 25 minutes that you kind of encounter and have to fight, and there is a real possibility that you die to one of them. That is very possible, but the real challenge is beating the boss at the end. And if you have not prepared and you have not used those 25 minutes as efficiently as possible, you will suffer and you will not finish this boss run, and you've wasted 45 minutes of your life. So it's this real time pressure game instead. And so when you don't know that and you're like, oh, should we go have a look at that tree? No, you don't have time. You don't have time. You have to learn to not be distracted by things. What it also is, it's a greatest hits playlist of any boss fight from other games. I don't know a lot of them because I'd never played Dark Souls 2. I never finished Bloodborne, but I got a huge way through. And I played and finished Elden Ring. Didn't finish the DLC. But you will go into a boss arena and you'll be like, oh my god, gaping dragon! It's long time no see, bud. And so you get to fight a fight that you've not fought in a really long time, or there'll be a tree sentinel, or will be an tree avatar. It kind of is this really fun thing where you get to walk into a fight, not know who you get to fight, and it's just, if you enjoy big boss fights and want to do them loads, that's what Nightreign is. I highly recommend giving it a go and losing horribly.
Is each run different? Does it sort of mix it up every time?
You kind it's the same map-ish. The location of things may change a bit, and the availability of things will change a bit. You kind of are really lucky or unlucky. You will a bit like Fortnite. You come in and you land on a spot, and you don't really have much of a choice of where you land. And then there is a moment in episode 5 or something that Luke and I play, where we fight a boss, and then Margaret the Fell Omen appears, and he he's just mate, my turn. And so you will have random events where a boss that is genuinely very intimidating will just appear out of thin air and be and also if you lose to him, you have a wound and you cannot recover fully for the rest of like the run that you're on. So it is like
Shit.
RNG. It's
Brutal.
like you have no idea what may like come at you. I didn't die to him though.
Do you take anything onto your next run? Is there anything like permanent upgrades?
Yeah, you get relic rights. They're kind of like things that you end the run with, and they look like little jewels. They look like little jewels that you could eat. But basically, they will give you like your starting weapon is a fire weapon. You get an extra XYZ thing, and but like you can get some extras, and they're pretty good. They are essential if you are like going to keep sane, I would say. Like if you just keep not getting a fire weapon and the boss is weak to fire, but you do have a relic right, you then have at least something that will like work in the final boss. I was talking actually a little bit earlier where one of the bosses, Gaping Jaw, also known as a Del, is weak to poison. It's the only time I've ever seen a boss in any game react to poison where it throws it up. Like you poison it, it cannot move in the way it wants to. It cannot do the moves it wants. It's supposed to be doing lots of lightning and like gravity magic. It's limited when it's poisoned, so it throws it up. And that's a really cool thing that
That
game
is
does.
fucking cool,
I
yeah.
don't see like in any other thing. It's
yeah,
really
usually
cool.
it's just a little symbol next to their health bar, isn't it? That's
Yeah,
sending
normally
chips
like
away.
it is a
Fucking
symbol, but it kind of goes a bit green and queasy looking, and then it like, and this massive dinosaur thing is just throwing its guts up, and you're like, oh man,
Into
I
the
feel a bit
toilet.
bad about that. I feel a bit feels like a low blow to like make someone sick and have to
Let's not
tactical
do this
shunder
anymore.
during the game, you know.
In terms of it doing well, I mean, it got on OpenCritic. It got 81. So I thought, because I had that in my fantasy league, and I thought there'd be a slam dunk. Like this would be another Elden Ring.
That was on my fantasy league. I didn't know you
Yeah.
were also doing fantasy league. Wait, are
Yeah.
you doing one together?
We are.
Yeah, we're doing a
Yeah,
TCGS
we're
one.
doing
Yeah.
one for the TCG.
Controversial.
Some of us think it doesn't work well for the podcast, Imogen. Some of us.
I think it's. Oh, you know what's so funny? I'm the only person still talking about it in my company, and I'm the one that's winning.
It's like normal
yeah.
fantasy Premier League stuff. Well, okay, go on, Sean. You say your bit, and I'll say my bit. All right. Go
Basically,
on.
what happened was I set it up, and I explained everything to everyone. They all stopped listening, and then had a go at me because they didn't understand how it worked.
Right, fair enough. But you knew we didn't understand how it works, and then just went and bought little games behind our backs.
The bidding
your bids
system
and
was someone did in my team, like at my company, do the same thing. They bid without telling us, and I didn't know that was how it worked.
Yeah.
It doesn't. That's not how friends.
No,
No,
act.
but
when we
some
initially
people,
talked
Imogen,
about it-
got games for like $1 because no one was even looking or knew it was a thing.
Because when we first talked about it, I think we had the idea of them basically being like, so mid-year we'd have a week where we can all bid on stuff, and then we just ended up not agreeing to that. I think.
Because we
And
didn't
then- I
understand what we
yeah,
were
but-
agreeing to.
I don't know if that
Sean.
necessarily works, though.
is it?
I don't know if that would work. You know, new release
Anyway, I'm
happening
not
all the
even
time.
winning, so who cares? Matt's all right.
You're not
I
winning,
don't
but
know.
you've fully bought up all the games now. I love the fact that
Not all
James
the
just hasn't
games.
bothered.
Yeah, James just doesn't
Hasn't
give a
bothered.
shit. Dave's upset because he counterpicked Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, and it's actually his game of the year.
Yeah, I didn't think
he
it
lost
was
19
very
points on
good,
it.
that
I
one.
counterpicked.
Yeah.
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 I
That-
thought because of all the
so my
controversy
first-
over the first game, it was going to impact the review. That was my.
Yeah. So my first points on the board were basically Dave getting minus 19, and me getting the full 19. It was lovely old job.
Ooh. The
Brutal-
thing
brutal
is
start.
that I like
brutal.
looking at my companies at the moment. As I checked because I traded in a game last week, and I'm now projected to win. I wasn't until
and traded
I've
it.
just
So you didn't buy one. What you swapped? What
I
other
swapped one
mechanics?
out.
Okay, we've only been
What other
rebuying.
mechanics has
What other
Sean
mechanics have we not?
spoken
You
about?
swapped one. I think you got one of the ones you'd already chosen, got rid of that, and you bought another one in. That's what
Yeah,
you did.
I the thing. Okay, so I'll tell you my games. I'll tell you my games on my list.
Go on.
Elden Ring, Nightreign,
Yep, I got
Death
that.
Stranding 2,
Yep.
Sean had that, I think.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Old Skies.
What's Old Skies? I don't
Old
even know what
Skies was
Is it already out?
Yes, it's out.
Okay, I was going to bid for it.
No, it's out. I did have in this slot at some point. What did I have before? I had Coffee Talk. I got rid of Coffee Talk.
Oh yeah.
I replaced it with Silent Hill F.
Okay.
So that is still on.
Yeah.
Like, that will come out. Then Donkey Kong.
Yeah, I put Donkey Kong in mine.
I bid like I was so desperate to get that, and I was like, it's going to do well, and then I think I bid like 18 or 19, but David beat me with that with a massive monster bid.
As has been pointed out in the chat, so we also have a listener's fantasy critic. For some reason, I counterpicked Donkey Kong. I don't know what I was thinking.
Why would you do that?
I don't know. I've got no explanation.
That is like the biggest
wild.
shot in the foot.
Yeah.
My next one was like Mouse PI for Hire, which I think is like a. There weren't many new games left.
That's
Isn't that the Mickey Mouse thing?
Yeah, that's
that looks really good.
My expansion pack was Lies of P Overture. My flex slot was Yakuza 0 Director's Cut.
Nice.
My free to play
that's
was
such a good one.
Splitgate 2, which was not a good pick.
So you were doing yours in genre as well.
There were genres, yeah. So you had to like
you
had to pick some things that were like in the genre, and then my counter pick was because someone put unannounced mainline Half-Life game, and I counterpicked Half-Life 3.
That was tempting.
But do you remember there was a bunch of rumors before? Was it that Jeff Keighley thing that he does? That they were going to announce a thing. So you must have been sweating a little bit because there was a lot of rumors. That was going to be You're more intelligent than us.
Well, the thing is that my mate who picked, like, I want to tell you the worst list on this. My mate Gar picked Fable, not coming out this year. Half-Life 3, not coming out this year.
No.
Gothic 1 Remake, not coming out this year. Gears of War E-Day, not coming out this year. Darkest Dungeon didn't get enough reviews. Darkest Dungeon 2 Inhuman Body did not get enough reviews. Xenoblade Chronicles 10 got an 87. Counterpicked Doom the Dark Ages. So it has 2 points.
Rough.
2 points.
Wow.
Yeah, I James had the first pick up because we did did we do a stream of it or on the podcast?
We took it in turns.
And James was the first one. He naturally went for GTA 6 as you would do, and I counterpicked that. So, and his other one was the other one I also counterpicked of James is Judas. That isn't coming out.
That was a sound counter pick, yeah.
So I can't wait for GTA, but when I heard it was delayed, I'm like, thank God. That was a huge risk for me because that could be like 100, it could be like 30 points or something crazy if it came out. So
I love that James is on he's on 28 points and he's not going to get any for Judas, not going to get any for Grand Theft Auto. But then he's got 4 slots free. Because he hasn't bothered buying any more. So.
But this is what kills me because my Kingdom Come Deliverance counter pick, that has absolutely killed. Because the games that I did pick have all done pretty well. Split Fiction, all right, less so Civilization 7, but it still got me points. But then Citizen Sleeper 2 and Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 and Donkey Kong Bonanza, like they're all decent scores. But it's
I think you could still pull 19. it back. I think Matt's probably going to win it.
Well, there's still a lot to play for.
Although
James could start playing.
Metroid Prime 4, that's probably not
but I still don't think that's going to be. I still think that's got good potential to be delayed. Seriously.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah. I mean,
I've
also
Shinobi.
counterpicked Outer Worlds 2, which is probably stupid.
Outer Worlds 2, I think, is a big risk.
Yeah.
That is a really risky game.
Yeah.
That is risky.
Yeah, I think
Too risky.
I think
but
Claire
Shinobi
Obscure is probably the
Shinobi's
highest
gonna be good.
bidding.
But sorry, so James has got by far the least points, and he's also counterpicked Hollow Knight Silk Song. So best of luck with that, James.
Yeah.
I mean,
so
to be fair, of course he thought it wasn't coming out, but
Yeah, so just give people up to so James is currently 4 for 28. Then it's David with 63, and then Sean with 74, and me with 81. I've only got one slot left, but on Claire, I managed to get that for $1 because no one else is paying it. No one else has even heard of it, or maybe very. I think it's $1 or cheap because I heard it was looking good, so I thought I'll just take it.
I would not have put money on. I really did not think it was going to be good. I really.
The previews are really strong, even though I hadn't really heard about it before. So I thought, well, that's all I had to go on.
Yeah, I think I was really lucky that I thought to rebid on things. Like I think that also one of my picks was Haunted Chocolatier, which did not come out, which was not going to come out this year. But I gambled because I felt like if that came out this year, that would have a bit like GTA would have done numbers. Like there was no way that game was not going to do really well.
I was feeling bored and I need to buy something, so I bid on Pokemon Legends ZA. Again, I don't know. That could also go either way. I just thought I need something. I need to buy something. So
all of the like ones you've named are all on the lists. I think we've got Professor Layton and the New World of Steam, things like that.
Oh, God, yeah.
Little Nightmares 3.
Yeah, I've got Little Nightmares 3.
We've got so many games. Like there are so many games on this. Like between I think there were 12 of us, and we could all fill our lists basically.
And Gamescom's this week. There might be announcements. We got one night live. Was it? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's
tomorrow
night.
Yeah. So
you've still got mixtape to come though, Sean, and that I am.
That's true.
I think mixtape was going to bang.
Yeah.
It is probably my most anticipated game of the year. I cannot wait for mixtape to come out. So
I've also got
a winner.
Consume Me on mine, but then I don't know what's happening with that now. Because that's one of the ones that was infamously pulled from itch during with all this payment processor controversy.
Oh right.
So I don't know if that's
Scrap
going to Steam or
scrap it. Probably knocked out of the tournament, I reckon.
I think it should be cancelled actually.
Probably stripped. I think 0 points.
Have you played anything else, Imogen?
Have I? Well, actually, I've been playing Balatro constantly. I have so much Balatro under my belt. It is incredible. I think one of the best games ever made.
Would you call it Game of the Year for last year?
Yes.
Good, cool. So would we. And we had, take that, Ryan, who emails in every week saying it should have been Astrobot.
No! I'm sorry. The Astrobot is good. It's good.
It's better than good. It's definitely better than good.
But it's not it's I like Astrobot a lot, but I never went, wow, what a new and different game this is. And I think
I don't think
you give it. I don't think you give it respect there, Imogen. I think it's definitely better than just
clearly
good.
Game of the Year.
Balatro is clearly, and also even if it wasn't, it was what's the Japanese game from the Persona guys that came out? I played so many hours of it. I can't remember its name.
The fantasy one.
Yeah,
ReFantasia, Metaphor Fantasia.
Metaphor is
right. Yeah, that was
Metaphor was better than Astrobot 2. Sorry, Metaphor was really really good as well. Really like that game.
So, why have you been on Balatro? Have you just carried on, or have you just picked it up again?
I can't stop. I have 2 saves. I've got the one on my phone that I play on the tube to work, and I've also got the one on my laptop and my PC. I have gold stakes. I've not done every gold stake run, but I watch people play Balatro. I watch people play modded Balatro. I think Balatro is incredible, and it's so comedic without having to say a single word. It's so funny.
Yeah, it really is.
Like the walkie-talkie card being 10-4, hilarious. That's so funny.
The whole banana thing, I think.
Yeah, the Cavendish.
Yeah. Taking actual banana history and making it into a funny mechanic.
Yeah. The game is funny. I have laughed at the game out of RNG and out of it's just
the RNG bit is what makes me laugh the most. The time where you buy a card and then the next shop has a card that clearly works with that card that makes you sort of just crack up.
Delicious.
Delicious.
Make you feel clever. I don't know if any of you watched the speed run on SGDQ this year. It's so good. So basically it was I think it was random seed, and basically you had to clear 6 or 7 different decks in one run, and it's incredible because it's just so funny, the fact that obviously he's just rushing and clicking through loads of stuff, and then a Joker will appear and the whole audience goes fucking nuts.
Do they skip a lot of blinds when they do that? I'm interested. Oh right, okay. Yeah, that.
Because of a game full of RNG, for them to do a speed run, that's
Yeah, super interesting.
That is like I also every so often I will look up the live performance of the theme that happened at the Game Awards. Emotional.
Yeah,
I don't know why, but like hearing that as an orchestral performance
Oh,
is
I've
some of the
not
most
heard
epic.
this.
Oh, have you not? Did you not hear?
no.
It's
Because
so good.
Matthew Castle on Backpage Pod was saying that like when you get to like the final boss blind, it should like segue into that.
Yes.
Yeah, the live version.
I was like, I
Oh
think I'd
wow,
start
I've
crying.
not, I've not heard this. Right.
Oh,
okay,
like
well,
I
that's
would
what I'm
say,
going to sleep
don't
to.
just. It's probably worth being able to listen to the 30 seconds beforehand of whatever music it was. It went through every.
It's like a medley, wasn't
all
it?
six
Yeah.
of the the games that were up for Game of the Year, and the Balatro bit is just so good, and it's so like
It reminded me of when I first heard the orchestral versions of like the Phoenix Wright music, and I
yeah,
was like, holy shit, this is.
it's so good. It's like it really fills you with like pride about this small game that like, and also highly recommend if ever you're interested in the process of Balatro. Local Thunk wrote a big blog post where it is month by month from like
Yes.
inception
Yeah.
to
Oh,
like
really? Okay.
Really
Yeah,
interesting.
it's
like
a
so many
really,
times
really
he,
good
he like
post.
nearly gave up on it, didn't he? And was just like,
it's
not working out. And yeah.
I mean, it kind of like it's like beat for beat, like I don't know if it'll work. Blah, 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 This is my thoughts. I'm actually taking loads of inspiration from Solitaire more than I am from poker. Like it's like a really good like. It's kind of him saying like I can't always remember exactly what I did when, so this is my post trying to remind myself,
Yeah,
and so I can
that's good.
reference it. That's like fully the truth of like how this game was made, and it's
Well,
really good.
What does modded Balatro bring?
Oh, it's I'm not like the biggest fan of it because obviously I've learned the original game, so I don't actually like recognize things. But it's normally like people have different takes on things, or they just kind of make things possible. Like they may have added more tarot cards, or like new possibilities to like the planets, or they've added some jokers they think that would be good for them to add, or they like have it's kind of like not as good as the original, but streamers will just like play them to be like, this is an interesting take on this thing.
Yeah.
Cool.
But it's
Okay,
good.
cool. Yeah, what a
And you've
game.
also got Pokemon Pocket TCG down.
Yeah, that-
I don't even know what this is.
It's more like an addiction than it is playing games.
Is it?
Oh, do you want to open a card pack together?
Yes. I mean, I've heard lots of people talk about this and talk about the card packs, and that's the only kind of reason I don't want to get into it, just to open a card pack. But yeah,
I
played
do
it for a bit
spend
in
money
the-
on it.
The very
What is-
first season, and then I kind of felt like it was that first season was quite quickly exhausted. Like, it's like, yeah, I've pretty much got everything I want. Not
Yeah,
that
I mean,
interested.
so like
no, yeah. So before you, how much do you spend on this?
I don't spend like money. I have the subscription that gets you an extra pack each day,
Oh,
and you
yeah,
get like
yeah,
a different shop where you could buy like some. So it's like
So what's that?
And
I
how
don't know,
much does that
£5?
£100 a month.
subscription cost?
I think that the
£100 a month.
subscription cost is like like £7 a month.
You're not
But I
even
think
sure.
that-
It's so
sounds
high.
like you're lying.
You don't even know.
I don't know how much
I
it
think
is.
it's probably
right.
between 7 and 100 ish. I don't know. It just comes out. I'm scared to really. I can't cancel it. I don't want to cancel it. And I'm scared to cancel it.
Yeah.
I don't know how much it costs, but the thing is that like I get a small amount of joy when I get these virtual cards, and I did play the like actual battles a lot when it first came out. I didn't because I just really liked one deck, and I kind of just didn't do anything but play that one deck, and I do want to play more with it. But I literally yesterday completed like all of the. I have all of the base cards from all of the sets except from the current one, and that's the first time it's happened since
Wow.
like.
It's
since everything.
fascinating, isn't it? Because it's a game version of a card game that recognizes that most people who buy the cards in real life are actually collectors. Like the actual game, I gather, isn't that popular.
It is like just nice.
Yeah.
And it's. Let me just. It's gonna...
Yeah, let's
This
get
is
it
the
back
thing, yeah,
open.
This is what I
good.
found so fascinating. Is, so when you open a pack, you get to there's like a whole load of packs. You get to pick the one, and some of them have like little squiffy corners on them. And
Yeah,
it's like,
I
oh,
heard
maybe
that.
that's lucky.
It's
And
like a-
it's like, what'd you get?
I think I've got an EX card.
Oh, nice.
Is that-
Umbreon EX.
Yikes.
That's a new card.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yay, it was
I
all
needed
worth
that.
it.
I needed it.
Yeah, I
It was
remember
so
this
funny
game
because everyone was like arguing about whether this stuff made any difference. It's like they have to publish the odds of what you're going to get.
So
Doesn't make any difference.
so that thing I saw where if you like spin the card and it was like angular and that meant you got a shiny. Is that true or not true?
It's
then?
bollocks. But
Okay.
if people buy into that, yeah, they've clearly made it for people to buy into those sorts of superstitions. Like, if you can open the pack back to front.
Yeah.
What does
yeah,
that mean?
yeah.
What does that do,
I now save up my hourglasses so then I can open 10 at a time upon release. It is silly. I think it's the most fun I've had with it is like I've been in a pub with people and we've all opened it at the same time or something. So it's so cute, it's something silly. But it's just bragging rights. If you get a really cool card on launch day, then you get bragging rights. Like it genuinely is just like a thing I do mindlessly, and it's something to just like check my phone on. I should probably stop, and I should probably use that money to buy real Pokemon packs and or Magic the Gathering packs because those are the card games I actually play physically. But what can
It's
you
better
do?
than going on social media, right?
Yeah, you know what? Yes, it probably has reduced the amount of time I spend on social media, but still I'm on my phone. So I don't know.
Or are you then
but
actually
you're not
posting
being
on social
infected
media
by,
about the pack you
horrible
opened?
people.
I have
Yeah.
posted on social media about the pack I've opened.
You're like, oh shit, no
Yeah,
more blue
right,
sky except for this EX card that's going on there right now.
Yeah. What do you mean? I didn't post the Umbreon. What did you mean? How did you see?
Of course not.
Matt Murray's now blocked.
Yeah, I might download that.
Well, I've been playing a little game called UFO 50, which came out last year, right?
It did,
yeah.
On the PCs.
On the PCs.
Holy shit, I'm enjoying it, Sean. I'm really. And it was one of these games that I knew I was going to love, just by the themes and the style it's going for and what it was doing. I'm intrigued by the meta behind it. I don't know if you know much about the meta. Do you?
No,
Yeah,
not really. I didn't
because-
play enough to really get to grips with that stuff. But,
No, see, when UFO 50, which for those of you that don't know, it's a collection of 50 old sort of retro-looking games. It's based on a console that never came out.
there's this narrative that basically is like, this is a collection of games made by this like fictional developer for a fictional console. It's like, here's everything
That's
they made.
so cute.
Yeah, it's a really cool idea.
And as you're playing it, you start to think, there's got to be more to this. And I think when the game had come out, I heard people going, I think there might be more to this. There's more behind the 50 games. But then I never read anything about what it does other than just present 50 games to you. So I'm interested to see if I can discover that myself. At the moment, I'm not looking too much into it. There's a terminal involved and you can type code into the terminal, and I'm assuming that does some pretty fucking crazy stuff, and I'm looking forward to seeing that. But for now, I mean, I am just working my way through the games in chronological order. And, there are some games where I'm like, nope, not my thing, I'll move on. Which I don't know if that's an acceptable thing to do on UFO 50.
It is. Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, there's a
must
few where it's
anticipate
like,
for that.
yeah, they've got to, because I mean it's so diverse, the genres that it's aping and it's working towards. I like. There are some games in this that I have been completely hooked on. That stupid fucking football game in it, where you're not even playing football, you're just booting. It's what I love about it, because I do see the joke behind it. It's essentially saying all other sport is shit. Football's great, and you control a character that's kicking a ball at like tennis rackets, and
So funny.
there's a whole level based on like cricket, and you just put in the ball like cricket balls and stuff. And I'm like, this is brilliant, and I got massively into that. Like I was playing it around yours, wasn't I, Matt? And you could see me losing my shit every time.
Also you finally discover like a new skills in you, like an hour or two into it.
Well, this is the other thing, is that each game has its own, here's how you control the game, but there are loads of hidden things that you could do within that control set. So, like, for example, as very basic example, in that football game, I can't remember, what was it called? I'm terrible with game names, so I'm going to look it up, because I've got the
So I told you to say
game in front of me
Kick
here.
Club in the chat.
Kick Club, that's right. Yeah, it's Kick Club. So it says, press A to kick and the control stick to move about. What it doesn't tell you is that if you hold down the kick button, he boots the ball really hard across, and it bounces off the screen, so you can get lots of kills that way. It doesn't tell you that there are hidden items around the map that you can boot a ball into and get extra points, and you can head the ball and slide tackle. It doesn't go into any of that information. So as you're playing it, you're discovering the game, but you're also discovering stuff that game does that it doesn't spell out for you. So that becomes like, that sort of instantly unlocks your mind of, oh shit, there are so many possibilities. And I don't know if you found this as well, Sean, but I'm playing through the games and I'm like, oh, this is interesting. This is a racing game that's trying to be like Splatoon. So it's like there's little modern twists on sort of classic looking games, and you're going, oh, this is funny. This is a sort of one of these games. And then you get to a certain game and you go, oh, okay, right, this is something a bit different. And I think that this is the game telling me, something's going on, or and that game was Mooncat. Sean, did you play Mooncat?
Yes, I played Mooncat.
Mooncat is a side-scrolling platformer, essentially. However, it screws with your mind, because to go left, you can press anywhere on the D-pad, and to go right, you press anywhere on the buttons. So you're essentially, like, your instinct is to press right on the D-pad to go right, but Mooncat will move left, and so there are moments where you completely like, fuck, what are the controls again? And your sort of
like
muscle
when you
memory
first start
takes
it
over.
as well. You're just like, oh, it's broken. Like, what's going on?
Yeah, you think, and then you realise that within those two buttons, essentially, you can do loads of stuff. You can jump, you can slide, you can run, but with using just those two inputs, and it's fucking weird, and it doesn't feel like a game from the era. It feels like a modern game. It feels like, what was that game? Animal Well. It feels a bit like Animal Well, is what I found. And I finished it last night. That's the first game that I finished. And the little cartridge turns gold in your list of games and stuff. And I'm like, this might have got me, man. this game might really have got me.
Have you found any games that you hate or don't like at all, or all of them have some aspects you like?
I tend to jump out pretty quickly. I'm only 15 games in out of the 50, so still plenty to play. Okay. There are a few, like I think it was Avianos, which is very much a sort of strategy game. And there's a hell of a lot of games that are two-player games, and I've been playing them with Charlie. Unfortunately, a lot of them are hard. A lot of the games in this are quite hard, and we really struggled. We did play one, a Tactics, which is like a it's weird. It's a what do you call it? A defense. What do they call it? Tower defense game, but a two-player tower defense game where you're both defending a tower against each other when you're playing two-player mode. So you set up your defenses, and they automatically, do their thing, and you've got to adapt quickly to what's happening on the other side of the screen as my troops.
Clash Royale.
Is that what it is? I've never played Clash Royale.
I don't know. That you just sound like you're describing Clash Royale, which
I mean, I might be describing Clash Royale, which means that I might be playing that with my 6-year-old for the rest of time if I mention that. But yeah, holy shit! There is way more hits than there are games that I go, I'm not digging. But my word, there are some really good ones in there. So I'm so glad they brought it out on Switch.
Have you played Chameleon?
I have not played Chameleon.
That's a really good one.
No.
Because again, it's one of those that you're like, this looks like a NES game, but it's operating in ways that I don't think a NES game could have, because it's all about, because your little chameleon disguising himself, and there's all line of sight stuff going on. And it's really interesting.
And you get all 50 straight up. You don't have to do anything.
No, that's
so they're locked.
And when I say they're locked, sorry, go on.
They are locked. They're not locked. They look locked, but actually they've just got dust on them. And what you're essentially doing is blowing the dust off each game, and it doesn't cost you anything to do that.
So it's more like making sure that you keep track of the ones that you've blown the dust off of.
Yeah. And that's it. It's taking modern ideas and sort of injecting them into NES era games. Like for the other one was Mortal, which is basically a side-scrolling army shooter game, but each, like, you've got a set of abilities to use with each soldier, and when you do that ability, that stays there, and a new soldier, whatever the ability you use is like explode or turn into a rock or fire like a dagger into the side of a wall. They stay there, and another soldier ships in, and you know, you're using those soldiers that you've lost to help you progress through the level and stuff like that.
That's sad.
It's completely sad, and I'm almost certain it's intentional.
Yeah, that sounds like
and-
something that that sounds like a what's it? The line, Spec Ops: The Line, sort of
Yeah,
reveal at
totally.
the end, right?
Totally, yeah.
I should say, Phil on
War's
the chat pointed out
bad.
the game I mentioned is Camouflage, and it's the 16th game. So that's probably.
Oh, so that's the next one on my list.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
right, cool. You know, because I'm doing the slide block puzzle game at the moment, where you've got those different numbers on the block puzzles and that. So I'm kind of into that. Yeah, UFO 50 as good as I was hoping, and I can't wait to play more. Like, I'm really into it. Right, we are running quite late, but we've only got games we've spoken about before. So let's start with Sean. Oh, except for Earthworm Jim.
So I finished Death Stranding 2.
Yes.
Absolutely adored it. I don't think I'm going to build all the roads. Because I've
It's not what you told me on WhatsApp.
Well, I just like, I don't know, continuing to be in that world, knowing the stories over felt weird. Don't know why. But then, I don't know, who knows? Maybe I'll like, next time I've got a big podcast to listen to, I'll just do that and just go trucking around Australia.
It is a relaxing game in that
It is a
aspect.
very
Yeah.
relaxing game, especially now that once I kill the big BTs, they're gone forever. So that's good to know. The other thing I've played this week is Earthworm Jim 2. Now, Imogen, as our youth correspondent, just
What are the kids saying about Earthworm Jim these
Yeah.
days?
yeah,
It's
does the
incredibly
name even
spicy.
mean anything to you, or is it?
If I were to like genuinely off the top of my head, Earthworm Jim is a space-suited,
Yep.
worm-headed guy.
Correct.
Whenever I think of that, I think of a type of animation that looks weirdly hyper-realistic but oversaturated.
Yeah, that's the
and it's closely related to Oddworld in age. Is it Oddworld?
No, it's older than Oddworld, isn't it?
yeah, it's
yeah,
older
you-
than
yeah,
Oddworld,
I think it's older. Oddworld was PlayStation, right?
I think it's just that like
Yeah.
visually the like
Yeah.
weirdness of the character in my
Yeah,
head looks
totally.
similar.
Yeah,
That's
It's
the,
of that
like-
era.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
That's
original
the-
illustrations are all, they're very sort of like Rob Liefeld style, sort of overly
Yeah.
muscular, weird. Yeah.
So that's
Um,
that's all I could tell you about Earthworm Jim.
That's
Pretty
good.
So, sorry, Imogen. How many skibbities out of 10 would you give it?
I'd give it a Skibbity Toilet out of 10.
Wow. Okay.
Skibbity Toilet out of 10.
I mean, there's lots of toilet humor in it, to be fair.
Yeah, we did talk about piss for a while.
Yes. But yeah, Earthworm Jim, I was a huge fan of these as a kid, despite what Dave's doing that face, like, go on.
No, I just tried to say Toon 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 Saw in the middle of it. I just made myself laugh. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, I was a massive fan of these as a kid. Like, you know, when you're young and weird, and then you find something weird that you can make part of your personality. You're like, yes, this is really cool, and it's very
Yep.
strange. Obviously, as you grow up, you find out Doug Tenapel, the creator, is fucking prick. But
They all were, mate.
putting
They
that
all
to
were.
one's like, no, he's a real like right wing.
Yeah, I know.
Okay,
them are.
every single one of them. Yeah, but at the time it's like something I really sort of identified with, and I was like, oh man, I've got a new handheld emulator. I'll talk about it in a few weeks, I think. But I was like, man, I'm gonna replay Earthworm Jim 2 because I fucking love that game. I think I'm old enough to admit now that it's not very good.
Really? It's not
like-
hold up at all.
It's funny, and it's strange. Like every level does something different, but like to the point that you feel like it doesn't do any of those different things particularly well.
Right.
And it feels like they were just like, well, shit, we haven't really got any ideas for like normal platforming levels, so let's just do a bunch of other stuff. Like, so you do the first level, and it's absolutely fine. And you fight, there's Bob the Goldfish is the boss at the end, and you just take him out of the tank and eat him.
Spoilers.
Great stuff. And then level 2 is the Lorenzen's Soil, which is a reference to a film that obviously I don't think many people got at the time. But it's the one where you're like having to like tunnel up through all this soil, so you're having to just and you just
You're literally digging up.
yeah, and And it's kind of interesting, and the fact that it did, some physicsy stuff in SNES and Mega Drive at the time, is kind of impressive. But it's fucking boring. You're just spending so long just shooting at ceilings, waiting for all this dirt to fall down and make a platform for you to get up on it. It's crap. And then there's the level where you're the blind cave salamander, and you're going around inside a creature's innards, and then there's a quiz at the end. And the quiz is quite funny, and the whole idea is quite funny, but it's not fun. Like, it's just...
It's someone had an idea,
irritating.
and it's funny, but it's not a good execution.
It's not actually
of the
enjoyable.
idea.
And then after that, there's the level where Psychro is throwing PETA the puppies across that gap, and you're running around with the big sort of marshmallow, and you have to bounce them across the other side, or else they just splat on the floor and die.
Oh, I bet Peter
You
get
killed...
involved
Oh,
with
yeah,
that, wouldn't
Peter. Where's
Yeah.
Well,
Peter
well,
now?
the thing is,
That
too
one,
many of the
mate.
puppies die, he goes nuts and attacks you, which is fair enough, really.
Yeah, no,
That's
to be fair.
just really stressful, not enjoyable at all. And then the level after that is the one where you're on your little rocket thing, the pocket. What do they call it? The pocket rocket? I can't remember. I think it's got a proper name. And you're flying around on that, and you've got to guide this balloon to the end of this level to blow up the boss. Except you're getting attacked the entire time, but if you accidentally shoot the balloon, it blows up, and you have to go back to the start to get a new one. And you're just like, no one would sign this off in 2025. It's fucking shit. And I stopped playing, and because I was just like, no, I think this is bad now. I think it is just bad. But then also, if you leave him still for a minute, one of his idle animations is that he pulls a little man out of his pocket, and the little man does a little dance on his hand, and then he puts him back in his pocket again. You're like, oh, I like it again now.
That's me. I was in that game. That was me. That was the little man dancing. That was me.
Weren't you freaked out about the size of Earthworm Jim, though?
I thought it was all a fever dream until he mentioned that someone came out of pocket, and I was like, I remember being in that. I remember it was me.
So
I must say that I looked up Earthworm Jim during this because I was like, what year did it come out? I looked at Wikipedia. The music was done by Tommy Tallarico.
Ah, was it though?
So he said.
But I went, ha
So he
ha ha.
fucking said.
It's Tommy Tallarico. Press Tommy Tallarico. Scroll down on Tommy Tallarico. And it gets to the personal life. Tommy Tallarico is a vegan and an advocate for PETA.
Whoa, the connection.
Do you know we have
All
quite
links
a
up.
history with Tommy Tallarico on this podcast at this point?
I genuinely I was filming an episode with them. Sorry, not to swerve away from Earth.
We can swerve away from Earthworm Jim. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Earthenware Jim. But I was recording an episode with Luke, and he was like, "Oh, someone for the game I mentioned, Pals, which is a DS game. He goes, a guy called Tommy Tallarico made the music, and I lost my shit." And he was like, "Why?" And I'm like, "You don't get it? You don't know who that is? You must know who that is." So I've spoken more about Tommy Tallarico in the last week than I have in since that video came out.
We haven't sold Tommy Tallarico t-shirts, but Sean, someone maybe, I don't want to put you, someone certainly designed a Tommy Tallarico shirt that seems to have gone down very well within the community.
I designed a Tommy Tallarico t-shirt. And
Okay, I was trying to save you from litigation.
because like I say, I designed it because I didn't make any money.
No,
off it.
just for personal use.
personal use.
Literally
Okay.
nothing.
Yeah,
No money has
original-
ever changed hands. No commercial
No
benefits from
money
this.
changed
Okay.
hands. I did put the design on full quality PNG for anyone to use. And yeah, about 6 months ago, I can't remember how we found it now, but yeah, basically someone tweeted they were at some games thing in Brazil, and someone was there in my Tommy
someone was wearing
Tallarico
it.
shirt.
That's so funny. That's so funny.
Yeah,
The
delighted
only
with
thing
that.
I remember about Earthworm Jim, and I don't know if you'll know, I know you're a fan, Sean,
Mm-hmm.
but the only thing that sticks in my head is that me and my brother used to play it all the time, and then we used to say this sound clip, and this is going to be one of those things where you go, no, I don't remember that, and no one remembers it, and then one person will send in a fucking clip, and I promise you it's real, and it goes like this. Yes.
Yeah,
I'm not going
yeah.
mad. I'm not going mad. Good.
How do you spell that for the episode title?
Rick'em is
I got that.
I mean, possibly the weirdest thing about Earthworm Jim is, they did a cartoon of it. in which Jim
Yeah.
was voiced by fucking Dan Castellaneta of Homer Simpson fame. God knows how they got
way.
it.
I need to.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I think I remember the theme tune, unless this was from the game.
Earthworm
Earthworm Jim.
Jim, he's really super strong.
Earthworm Jim. Oh my god, man! Fucking hell. The amount of shit I remember, but I can't remember to get milk on the way home from work. Matt, what have you playing?
I finished Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Nice.
Good game.
Yeah.
I hated sitting you watching. I hated watching you finish that game. I
didn't quite
I'm like,
finish
fuck
it.
you, it's brilliant.
I didn't quite finish it when you were there, but I did
No.
because the other bit as well.
Did you get the ending? Did you understand it?
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was cool without spoiling things. I was like,
Oh,
oh,
okay.
cool, but I don't know. What do you mean when you say understand it? I mean, we'll have to talk offline, obviously, but what was there to understand?
Well, I don't want to say because
Yeah, okay.
it's got connections, right?
Yeah. That's pretty obvious. Yeah.
Yeah, big connections. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
Big
he's going to be in GTA 6?
Fuck.
GTA 6. Well, we were trying to talk around it, Imogen.
Yeah,
but if you want
and
to just
you've
drop a
ruined
spoiler
it.
in there,
Yeah.
Matt,
You
is,
know
the,
me.
is the ending any more or less comprehensible than the ending to Death Stranding 2?
Well, not a long enough cutscene for me on this one.
'Cause
So
I thought I understood what was happening in Death Stranding 2, and it turns out not at all.
no, I
Kojima.
thought I did too, and I watched it explain. Like, oh no, turns out not that either. Anyway, yeah, it's Donkey Kong. I'm glad I played it. I think it's good. I think it's no more than good for me. It doesn't have for me any of the Mario style magic at
it's
all.
not a Mario
it's a good game. I know
it's
that,
a
but
different game.
But in terms of like format and stuff, a mainline Nintendo platformer, it just doesn't have any of the charm and love and magic that I associate with Mario game. For me personally, I enjoyed it. I got through it, but
I fear that. I love Super Mario Galaxies and I love Super Mario Odyssey, and I don't own a Switch 2, but I'm going to get one eventually. I fear that will be the case for me as well.
yeah, I mean, when you play a Mario game, it's like it feels magic. It feels like it's the first time you seeing it, even though we've all played loads of them. But this just didn't. Just didn't do it for me. And actually, Ben in the chat saying it's better than Astrobot. Nowhere near. This is nowhere near Astrobot. Nowhere near.
Astrobot was just good.
No, what else? Way better than good.
Is it
Astrobot's
better
incredible.
Than Astrobot? Is it better than Astrobot? Good question.
No fucking way is it. It's nowhere near. Like Sony out, Nintendo. I think on that one. I'm glad to play
Yeah,
it.
but
It's by no
you've
means a
never
bad
been
game. It's
right
nowhere near a
about
bad game. I'm not
Nintendo,
saying that.
that's
I'm just saying it's a 7, and I
It's a
wanted a
7.
10.
Wow.
A 7? Oh,
for me, it's a
fuck
7.
Off, Matt.
Well, 7's
No, it's
average.
not.
No, a 7 is Infamous Second Son, which
Yeah,
is
which is it can be
Established
good.
is fantastic. So.
Can be good. Yeah. I'm glad.
Can we actually call this episode reviews of Earthworm Jim 2 and Infamous Second Son?
Yeah, I'm gonna add them into the to games discussed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again,
you're wrong
I'm
about
not saying it's a bad game. Obviously, I'm just saying it's not a stunner like I hope. But I'm really glad I played it, and now I am back on Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I stopped playing that because I was basically stuck, starving. It was night time. I couldn't travel anywhere. Everyone hated me. I was in trouble for nicking stuff. It was like an absolute nightmare.
Right, but
So-
what happened in the game?
Hey, I was waiting for that.
but no. Well, no, I meant actually. Yeah. So I got back into it, and yeah, I lost 45 minutes progress earlier because I forgot about the save file. The way it doesn't save stuff properly, so that's great. Yeah, but anyway, I'm going to stick with it. I've just done the Hermit mission, which I think
Oh
means
my
I can
god!
get
Is
towards.
that the one with the one that's in the? Yeah, I think
The
I know
woods,
which one.
yeah.
Yeah.
I completely
And then the
ruined
woman.
that one. Yeah.
Oh, did you? Okay, I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to hearing. Well, could we talk about it now?
I just found the last bit like way
I think
before
you
when
talked
I
about
was
it on the show,
supposed to.
right?
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
So-
you can basically skip to the end if you don't want to do all the other kind of like finding out about the devil. But I think you can basically kind of skip to the end, right? Is that what you
Right,
did?
yeah, and I did that accidentally. I was walking
Oh.
in the woods and found what you need to find.
Oh, did you?
I was like, yeah,
It took me ages to find him, and I had all the clues.
Yeah, like just I don't want to talk around it. I mean, the game's been out long enough for us not to worry too much. But it basically is a big. Oh, I don't want to spoil it for you. Do you know the twist in it?
Well, so I've done that. I've talked to the woman, and now I've got the thing, and I'm making my way back incredibly slowly to the blacksmith because I have so much stuff.
So,
I'm over encumbered.
you know, in that
I can't get on my
particular-
horse.
Right.
You gone?
You're
So
having
you know
a
in that
bad time.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
nightmare.
But
Easily done on
that
that
is the first few hours of Kingdom Come. That's what happens.
Because I've killed loads of people have died, maybe by my hand or by others, and I've got so much stuff. I've got it all, and I want to sell it because I'll get a lot of money for it. But that means I can't get on my horse. I'm miles away from where I need to be. I'm gonna have to travel through the night, but it'd be worth it. It'd be worth it.
What do you mean you can't get on your horse? What are you talking about?
Well, because if you're over encumbered, you can't get on your horse.
Oh wow!
horse
I
is
wasn't
small.
over
That's
the-
BS.
No, you can store stuff on the horse, but I'm still I've maxed out horse. I've maxed out me, and now I have to
Wow.
He's
walk.
over encumbered.
What have you stolen?
This is what
Just
Matt does.
a
Imogen.
lot
This is
of-
what Matt does.
He's
A
a
lot of
min-maxer.
outfits.
A
lot of
church bench or two,
yeah,
perhaps.
a church bell. I got the whole most of the church, in fact. Anyway, but it doesn't matter because I'm enjoying like that. I'm enjoying that kind of the struggle. And not earlier when I got killed by some fucking dogs and I lost like 45 minutes. I'm like, are you effing kidding me? And then I remembered, I know I can save it whenever I want. I'll just have to go to the menu and save and exit. But for
I
some
can't
reason,
believe they haven't fixed that yet. That is
But-
so annoying.
No,
Because it's not
so-
a bug as far as they're concerned, is
No,
it?
I
Well,
know,
no, but
they
it isn't.
just
I
fucking
was
realise you've made a mistake. and
No, but
put the
I
save in
forgot
there.
you could save it easily. So basically, the ways to save it is you either go to the main menu, save and exit, and reload, or you have this certain thing like something
Save serum.
snaps. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
this serum you can make, and that means you can save it whenever you want without exiting. And I used a couple of them, and I was like, oh bloody hell, I haven't got any money, or this, or that, and the other. And I thought, oh no, I can literally save wherever I want. I just save and exit, and it takes like 5 seconds to go back into the game. So I don't see that being an issue. It's a bit annoying, but I was, thinking out that I'll lose loads and loads, and I did lose loads because I forgot I could just save wherever I want and exit and come back. So I
You
don't
are
think
not
it's
allowed to judge that game until you've got through the wedding. Once you do that, if you turn around and go, I'm still not enjoying it, then fair enough.
well. Basically, this is the third one of those things for the blacksmith. I think the wedding is next, or I think I'm on.
Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah.
much
So,
But, okay, fair enough. But Matt,
yes.
I would suggest you do loads of other side quests before
Yeah.
you go to that wedding.
Yeah, lots of people said it's worth like doing. So I need to do the mutt thing, and there's loads. I'm going to keep doing it. I mean, now I'm getting my head around the controls, which are so fucking complicated on console. I kind of wish I was playing on PC. But yeah, I'm playing it. I'm determined to maybe not finish it because it's going to be massive, but I want to get through as much as I can of that and clear.
Man. If you can get to Cuttenberg, that is seriously.
That's
that
after the
game,
wedding, I guess.
Way after, yeah.
The way you're talking about this game is like so akin to the way that I talk about The Witcher 3. Like,
There's a lot.
if someone says to
Totally.
me that they tried The Witcher and I said, "Oh, but did you get through the bloody Baron quest line?"
Yeah.
and they say no, then I'm like, "Then you haven't played it.
You haven't played the
You
game."
haven't played the game. If you've not got that point, if you get to that point, then you're allowed to say it, and then you get to go to the big cities. Like it is really, it sounds.
It is. There
that
is a
same
lot
level.
in common with it. It's one of those where it's way more like the combat's not very good. It's full of like some irritating.
That's
bits
an
and pieces.
understatement.
But you sit there and you go, it is totally worth it because some of the conversations and relationships you have in that game are so far ahead of where games are at the moment that it just that's what it's worth playing for.
Yeah.
I do wish it had an easy combat mode. I mean, there's no difficulty setting in it, which is frustrating.
I guess it just gets better because you upgrade yourself, and that's why it's less of a
Yeah,
ball
but
ache,
also
or-
I think the game understands that the combat is either something you like or you don't. So as you're going through the main story, there's less of it. And when it's as James said, he completed a really essential combat mission by running off and hiding in a bush. And then coming back afterwards and go, whoa, what a battle that was! As your friends like killed everyone, and they were like, yeah. And then I had that one where I was like, I was going to this big battle, and I just went, right, well, I'm going to go to bed first, and then heal up and do all this. Woke up the next morning, and the guy was like, where were you?
Yeah,
we went
I
to
had
battle,
similar.
and you didn't. And I was like, I love the fact that I had the option. I got lost, and they went. And they just looked at me as if I was like really thick and just went, right, okay, well, don't do that again because that was.
Yeah. So I was in like the tavern, and the innkeeper said that there's these people here who are like kind of kicking off. Can you serve
Yeah, I
them?
know, yeah.
And they want sausages, and I was like, okay,
Yeah,
fine. I go to the butcher's, Butchers was. I went there and like there's a sign for the butchers, and I was like, I couldn't. It was closed. I was like, what the fuck? Like it's 9:30 in the morning. I was like going to buildings. Like, no, get out of the building. We're gonna ring like the police basically. And I'm like, okay, fine. And it turns out the butchers didn't open until 12:30. But then I had an altercation with a rabid dog, and I was being poisoned as well. And but I then I was also encumbered, and I couldn't.
Thrown up.
Well, what, is that an option? No, okay. That's cool. I was like, I wish it was an option. But yeah, so now I was over encumbered, so I couldn't actually, and I wanted to sell some stuff, but I had to go to a certain trader in another city to sell it to get loads of money. I was over encumbered, so I had to walk. By that time, I was dying. I got a pill saying like, "Where are our fucking sausages?" And then the innkeeper's like, "Okay, well, basically no sausages." Then now there's a brawl in like the.
This is like the worst excuse for not handing your homework in at school.
Yeah. Anyway, but even with all that, I am still playing it. So I'm excited to get to a wedding. I mean, it's more like the controls feel a bit complicated. You go into the menus, like, okay, left stick doesn't move you on the map. Left stick moves the menus.
Insane, the menus, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they obviously thought this is the best way to, be able to manipulate all the information, but fucking hell, it's a nightmare. But I'm getting there, and I will get that game played.
Fantastic game. Right, that's what we've been playing this week. It is late. Let's keep the questions short. Imogen has a flight.
Yeah, she's got a flight in the morning. Let's do one question.
26 minutes, I think.
It's a train, but yeah.
A train to Cologne, nice.
Yeah, you have to stop in Brussels, which is slightly less nice, but you do get there.
All right,
let's get through these questions.
A couple. If you want to send us a question, go to tcgs.co. Eskil says, "Dear Mary, Paul and Prue, last Friday I went out with the girlies to have tea and cake, and they told me about their first week at their new jobs. Both of them are teachers, all their friends are teachers, I'm almost a teacher, and most of my friends are teachers. We all agree that working with teens can suck ass, but also be very rewarding. If all of you had to work as teachers, what age level would you like to teach and what subject? Did you have a favourite subject in school? Mine was French because I was the best. Good luck, bakers, your time starts now."
A drama because you had to just lay on the floor and close your eyes for a bit. Pretend you're a wave. All right. Okay. Was that A-star? Good.
And that's doubly funny because you went to a drama school. Like you had to...
Yeah, so you're really good waves there.
Every
really good waves.
Don't you worry about that. I was laying on my back pretending I was all sorts of things. And that's why I'm doing this now.
Yeah, that's why you weren't in the in-betweeners.
That's actually true, though. That's the problem. That is the actual truth. If I was a teacher, what would be the subject? I always liked science, but even as a child, I thought, hold on. So there are these taps in the classroom that you can turn on and like flammable gas comes out of it, and no one's stopping me from turning. That's not on, is it? That's not on. I shouldn't feel that I've got that power. What the fuck?
I assume there's fail-safes involved, right?
Not in the fucking 80s, mate.
No, I don't even know.
There weren't when I was doing it either. They just trusted you wouldn't do anything with it.
Yeah, I know. And the people that I went to school with, you would not trust. I
remember when I did electronics in high school, and the teacher was like, he was a nice guy, but he's just not really with it. And we would do electronics lessons in the science classrooms. And we would just the little wooden splints that you would take and you would yeah.
You used to pretend. You know what I used to do, Sean? I used to pretend they were the bats from Ocarina of Time, and I would fly them through the Bunsen burner, and then make a form. That's where my head was at. I was fucking. No wonder I ended up at performing arts school because I wasn't good at anything else. Sorry, Sean. Sorry.
But as the teacher was walking around talking to us, we would just slip the splints into his back pocket of his trousers. and he would just be walking around with 30 of them in his pocket.
That's so
perfect. That is the perfect one. And that really fucked teacher off as well. Yeah.
Really fucked teacher off.
All right, let's not make fun of the North, Matthew.
No, just the way you said it.
Someone's from there.
Oh yeah. What age level, David?
Yeah, what age?
What age level?
Age level 6.
It's part of the question. What age level would you like to teach?
Oh, what age level?
It's just that people usually just say
I don't
age.
know.
How old are the kids?
I don't know. I don't know. I genuinely have no preference. Give me any kid, mate. I'll teach him
Sort
something.
them out.
I'll sort them out. I'll put them right. I'll put them fucking right, boy. Don't you worry about that.
No,
I feel,
no
like,
smoking in
I
school.
feel like with teenagers, I feel like you probably just get like worse, or you get like more extremes of both, right? Like the good kids are probably way more fun to teach than younger kids, but the bad ones must be a fucking nightmare.
Yeah.
Whereas
We are
primary school,
slowly
that
getting a
probably evens out a
teenager
bit.
in this house. We are slowly getting a teenager in this house, and it is
Yeah.
bringing it all home, baby. All the insecurities and tension, and oh my god, reliving that is with someone that looks exactly like you. It's fucking weird, mate. I tell you that. It's fucking weird. I love that kid, but that is it's hard times. Hard times in the Turner household. Imogen, what have you ever wanted to be a teacher? Is this
No.
an industry we can push you towards?
I really respect teachers. I think that I personally just get really frustrated if a smart kid was acting dumb. Like there's nothing worse in my head than seeing someone, playing it up because their mates are like, acting out.
That's
so they're
my
going to
entire
do-
act.
That was, but like I would feel like horrible. I would like worry so much about kids. But like I think that my answer would be something like, I went to like a private school, and so my schooling was not the average in that like I got.
You are the perfect replacement for James, by the way. This is perfect.
Except for I don't have a really good photo of me like in a
We
windshield.
could arrange that.
there's
Get in
no
a
time.
Ford Fiesta and bomb it at 90 miles an hour in a street.
Yeah.
That
Germany.
photo is so funny, by the way. I didn't comment on it.
Have you seen it?
Incredible. Like someone put a
Put in the
link
chat,
in
yeah.
the chat. It's
amazing,
so
isn't it?
funny. It's incredible.
We'll buy a t-shirt.
But I think I would wear it to Gamescom if I had the option. But,
Quick overnight shipping, go.
but I would say probably something like I would teach sixth formers, and I would teach them something like politics or criminology or philosophy, things that are new to like sixth formers that aren't really taught at GCSE. I think GCSE it's the end of the world. Like the GCSE or end of the world. A levels, people are going and picking things and they get a bit more choice. And I think that when I was at school, I loved having a chat with teachers where I was like arguing almost, where like we would have a discussion about a topic. It wasn't just they were telling me a thing, which is what GCSEs are. But I really loved having like conversations with teachers of like, but why? And so like I think that would be really cool. That would be really
Yeah,
nice.
because I guess if you're teaching kids at that age and those sorts of subjects, you're going to get those kids who like have probably been thinking about those subjects but have had no outlet for it up until that point, which probably really
so you
positive.
get like a lot of discussion, and I think also when people have had like maths and science, whatever, they're kind of burned out on them. They've been doing them so long that if they get a new subject, normally they're kind of they've picked it because it is of passion to them, I think.
Yeah, totally. That is about as best as answer as we could hope for there. I feel like that. Should we do one more?
We can do one more. It comes from Tom Cole.
I was going to ask the question, but whatever.
Yeah,
sorry,
but
mate,
no
go
one
on.
gives a fuck about
Guess we'll
what
move
you
on
want.
then.
do?
I think I want to do history. I mean, if we're assuming that we're incredibly knowledgeable about our subjects, history for sure. Yeah,
Do
history.
you know what kills me about history is that I didn't appreciate it when I was learning it at school.
Oh,
and
no,
then
it's
when you
really-
get older, you're like,
Yeah, you're like, oh, it's really
fucking
I
love
feel
a
like
bit of
they
that, mate.
skip a lot of the interesting stuff. I feel like why did I spend a year on the fucking Tudors? Like,
Oh
I
my
just-
god! Instead of going into what happened during the war, we learnt about fucking Anderson shelters for a whole term. Oh, the Anderson shelters. Here's a picture and a section through an Anderson shelter, and here's when you needed to go into your Anderson shelter. And I'm like, fucking hell.
We also don't know a lot about local history. Like you wouldn't have known
Yeah.
anything about like Ireland and Britain relations had you not
God,
like
yeah.
gone looked
Certainly
it up.
not in the 80s and 90s. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it teaches like I think that like you could be a really cool history teacher and be like, they don't want you to know this stuff.
Yeah.
I'm gonna teach you.
Tudors and Stuarts. Am I right, guys?
Like,
Henry
genuinely,
VIII, he had loads of wives. You'll never guess what happened to them.
Wasn't there? I'm pretty sure there was another brand of shelter as well. That I think we did one day on.
A much better shelter.
Betamax of shelters. Betamax was an old type of video, Imogen. Sorry.
And video is like physical Netflix.
What is that? Don't know.
You
Don't
have
even know how
to
to
put an
spell
object
that.
into it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't
there was
worry about it.
No, forget it. We don't spoil
Right,
it.
and that last question comes from Tom Calder Calippo. Says, one of the biggest shitlords among my 9-year-old son's friends. Great sentence. Has started recently talking a lot about KSI. Whenever he does, all I can think about is the fact that KSI in his 2015 single Lamborghini specifically dissed by name noted board game enthusiast and friend of the Sean, Matt Lees. The underlying beef was something culture war adjacent, and ever since then I've just assumed that KSI was a wrong'un. But if my son asks me what I think of KSI, I obviously can't tell him that, because it would be like me as a kid listening to Rage Against the Machine, and then my dad telling me that actually Manifest Destiny and J. Edgar Hoover are his mates. The rational next step is for me to actually look into whether KSI is good or bad and form a view on the evidence for myself. But come on. Do any of you have any terrifying fault lines opening up between your socio-cultural assumptions and those of your kids and their friends?
Sorry, what do you mean that KSI's 2015 hit single Lamborghini specifically mentioned Matt?
Yeah,
quite literally that.
It does.
Quite literally is in the
What does it say?
I can't
It's
remember.
just like,
Genius.com. I can't remember.
Yeah, it's about. It goes into about video games. I mean, we read the lyrics out to each other, didn't we, Matt, this week?
Yeah,
And we were
what did he say?
Fucking hell. I can't remember. But it was bad.
I've got an answer for this, but it's quite a sad one.
Well,
Okay.
I've literally had this. Like,
go
my
on.
boys love KSI, and
Okay.
I told them about some of the stuff, the controversial stuff he's done.
Mm-hmm.
I've told him about the problems of promoting a drink that may not be too healthy for you, and then you know the fallout from that. And then I have to kind of step back and leave it to them. You know what I mean? And if they're watching some of the content that he produces that I definitely don't like, you know, some of the dating stuff that he does is like particularly like fucking horrible, then I will say turn that off. I don't want that, you know. But there is that, and this is totally a legitimate problem as a parent, is there is that problem that if you really push on that stuff on your kid, when they hit the teens, they'll rebel against that, and
massively.
rebelling against that is the worst outcome, you know. So there is that you're sort of walking the line, aren't you? I'm really hoping that you're not pushing too hard, because I think it's really easy to kick back and say, well, no, Dad says this is shit, but I'm really going down the rabbit hole with it all, and that scares the life out of me, you know. So yeah, what were you going to say, Sean?
So one of Isaac's friends came over for a play date, and she was playing with, he's got one of his many fidget toys, his little cube with all different buttons and stuff on it. And it's got like a rainbow pattern on it. And she's like messing with it. And so my wife was sat next to her, and she just goes like, oh, no, I shouldn't be playing with this. And he was like, what, why not? And she's like, well, it's got rainbow on it. And he's like,
Fuck.
What's wrong with it having a rainbow on it? She goes, oh, it means gay rights. She's 7.
Fucking hell. That is,
And
I
she's
mean,
had
that
that
is
instilled
horrible,
in
isn't
her,
it?
like, cannot play with rainbow things. It's fucking
Shit.
mad.
Yeah, that's just really sad. I mean, that's the other side of people pushing too hard on one side.
Well, yeah, and you
It's
just have to
ridiculous.
sort
and
of
the wrong
hope.
side.
Yeah, because obviously we were just like, okay, well, we don't have a problem with that, but
Yeah.
but then
But I
yeah,
think
so you sort of
that's-
hope that she's going to reach an age where she's like, oh, my dad's like said all this shit, and I'm now realizing it's bollocks. But you never know.
Yeah,
And you have to let 'em
I
learn.
think that's. I mean, I grew up with like people who said, and like horrible things growing up. Like they really did not realize especially again, private school and a mixed race woman, right? So a lot of the conversation about who I was or like the way I looked was kind of based in things that their parents had said.
Right.
I think some of them have now like backtracked on that, and I did get like when the like Black Lives Matter stuff happened, I got apologies from people about the way they spoke to me as a kid because they realised now that was not. And actually, good on that. Like I actually am really surprised that they felt the need to do that years later, and girls who weren't even in my same like year group.
Yeah, it shows that they've done something growing up and learning, which is ultimately good for everyone, isn't it? So
yeah, I think even though hilariously, I met KSI when I was a child. That was something that I did. Like I accidentally bumped into him when he was not like the name he is now. So I have a photo of him with me, and it is mad that he is this kind of like massive character on the internet. And it's what I would say is that I think kids are saying things and doing things because also they like. I think gay rights, for example, is like a naughty, like, I don't know what that means yet. So they kind of shy away from a topic like it without even knowing that they've said something that, like, has a deeper meaning to adults than they even are realizing that they're, like, engaging with. I don't know. I mean, I'm not a parent, so
I think it's important, like, I think it's important to still be talking about it. I mean, you know, we talk about it a lot around the house to sort of, I guess, normalize it, which is
rather than shy away from it. That's going to be bad as well.
Yeah. The boys have been to Pride before, and you know, and that's how we feel that we should be approaching that. We talk about, and you know, you don't need to. There are levels to explaining things. You know, there's a lot of people that say, "Oh, you shouldn't be talking about sex or any of that in front of a kid of that age or whatever." And the answer is we don't. You don't need to. You can celebrate Pride without talking about sex. You know, you can talk about the open, you know, the openness of relationships and the wider view of Pride without getting into talking about things like that. Is mad. But yeah, no, it is tough, and like I totally get what this person is saying. What Tom Cola Calippo, if that is your real name, is saying. It's fucking tough, and it, you know, it is not just that. It's everything. It's like every aspect of parenting, and everything you say and you do, you sit there and go, "Fuck, was that right? I don't know. What the fuck am I doing?" And like
you're saying, and especially when they're old enough to be taking in what other kids in their class are able to do, or something.
Mate,
like,
which
so, like,
is like
one
of 3 years old.
Best mates, like, it loves Roblox.
Yeah,
and we're like, and that's like, I've said before on the show, that's like the one thing we draw the line on. And his mate's just like, no, it's like my mum says it's fine as long as you don't go on the chat. And it's like, yeah, but we have different rules in this house.
yeah.
You know, it's like, I don't want to sound like I'm saying your mum's a bad mum, or like we're just different, and don't worry about it, but please stop going on about it in front of Isaac.
There is a video I've not watched yet, but it caused a little bit of a stir online where it basically talked about the lack of safe online spaces for kids. They all disappeared, they all died. And actually, I do, like, as someone who grew up in those spaces and is relatively normal, I feel like that is a really sad reality, that like Club Penguin and all the limitations that felt very frustrating as a kid, by and large, kept me like safe comparatively compared to like even Minecraft. If you go on a Minecraft server with a randomer now, you could, like, there are all sorts of conversations you could be having, and that's like, I don't know who made that video, but it came up and people were like, no, she's right, so I need to watch that video. But I do think it's an interesting topic.
Okay, is that it for the questions?
I mean, yeah, we obviously got loads, but it's very, very late and we need to go to bed. So
so let's get to socials, Matt. What do you want to I was going to say pump into people's ears, but that really doesn't sound nice.
No, I got in trouble the last time after not doing it. Yeah, we stream this show every Monday night live on twitch.tv/TCGSCO. Go there, follow us, and you'll get notifications when we go live. And you've got Amazon, if you've got Amazon Prime and a Twitch Prime account, you connect them and get something called Twitch Prime Gaming, and they give you a free subscription of your choice to go to any channel you want. So why not go to our channel by searching for us on the app or the website, and we get a nice little free subscription from you. If you miss the streams or the show live, you can go to youtube.com/@TCGS to watch that and all of our other content. And tcgs.co is our website with links to our Discord, our Blue Sky account, Patreon, our store, our Just Giving page for our Tatton Park one on 13th September, and all and loads more stuff as well. That's it.
Imogen, thank you so much for joining us this week. It's been so nice having you on. I'm so sorry it's run so late and you've got such a busy day tomorrow.
I'm a big yapper. I'm a big yapper. That's me. You can't invite me on without it running late.
Big gap.
Is there any way you want to send our listeners to go and check out what you do?
Genuinely, like, the thing I would send you all to is Chaos Servants, which is on Luke Westaway's channel. It's episode 6 came out today. I think it is the best version of what we do. So, like, if you feel the want to listen to me and Luke making the worst jokes you've ever heard that will still make you laugh, go ahead, watch that. Otherwise, you can find me on socials at Imogen Mellor, and I'm around and about, and I lift heavy things online.
And thank you so much for living it. We will catch you next week for some more video game chit chat. Big game, big
game
next week.
Big gaming.
Big game.
Big
Can
gaming.
we put big gaming down as a potential episode?
Yeah, I mean it's late in the day, but yeah, big gaming that's up there.
Big gaming.
Big gaming. What are you gonna say?
You should rename the show that. Never mind the episode.
It's got to be better than the computer game show. Fucking hell. We will catch you next week. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.